Yeah, we live. For anybody tuning in, this is the guys are watching live. This is not a particular episode. I'm trying to work my way through how exactly we should like label these episodes because not all of them are going to be some sort of discussion. What we decided as a group is sometimes when we're available and we just want to kick it and talk shit, we just gonna get online and do that. And y'all could just hang out with us. I don't know if I'm gonna come up with a we gonna come up with a different name for this particular like subset of episodes, but probably not. I just at this point, as far as I'm concerned with content creation, it is what it is, nigga. You gonna get what we give you, and if you tuning in, and that means you must like this shit. So what up? We over here just hanging out. I don't got shit to talk about. We just here. I'm trying to see if this fuck. So it didn't work. I gotta figure out how to get how to maintain my huh. You know what it is? I probably have to change the blend.
What didn't work?
Um, I was trying to make this logo. Trying to make these logos. And you know what? I might have fucked up in the conversion. So let's just use.
Nuggets Lakers playing right now. It's interesting.
I was watching the Pistons earlier, and I was watching I forget who else was playing earlier. Was it Utah? I can't remember who that was. I was watching. I also was watching fucking the Army versus the Fighting Irish earlier. I gotta see if this works. Also, the video itself didn't even save. I'm kind of confused. Because earlier it worked. I'm trying to get these logos to work. Oh, that one worked. I gotta figure out how to render transparent video. Yes, they do.
If you want to export a transparent video like this lower third, go to File, Export, Media. Set format to QuickTime and codec to animation. Scroll down.
Oh, what? I'm way too important. I'm way too important. Brazil, did you listen to the album?
No, not yet. I was in the coma all day.
You sick?
I don't know what was going on. Just tired. We were supposed to be getting up out the house, but my daughter was getting her hair done all day. So how was that? And if they ain't doing shit, I might as well not do shit either. In dreamland.
Shit don't say nothing like that. Export.
Need to give me some kind of sleeping pill. Figure this out. Get back on this melatonin. I mean, this CBD or something.
What happened? You stopped?
Oh, that shit don't really seem like I haven't found a CBD that works effectively.
I just have to get back to this shit later, dog.
And so now I'm popping melatonin and magnesium, which do a little something, but not enough.
You said you killed a possum in your backyard, bro.
Yep, second one.
Second one, like what, this week, this month?
Probably in the month, yeah.
What, you just out the back window with a 22?
No, we was pulling the driveway and my back motion lights was on. And here come this goofy motherfucker from walking under the car, looking like he just did a line under there and shit. You know, they look sus. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You gonna learn today. Told London go get the whistle, bring it out, snuck out, chased him in the back. Nigga disappeared on me. That nigga had climbed the gate and was hiding on the edge of a gate. And I was wondering, like, nigga, why you just didn't run?
Why didn't he run? Why did he climb the gate and stay there?
Because he
So
don't know if you're going to chase. He's stupid.
they're done. But then I saw some motion at the base of the gate and it was a cat.
Oh.
So
Oh, so maybe
the
he's running.
cat, I guess. But
So-
then you got climbing skills. He could have climbed on the garage. He was right by a garage.
So
Yeah.
the cat was a witness to your murder.
Hey,
He witnessed the murder.
So you popped him off the gate?
yeah. I popped him with my pellet gun. I ain't want to shoot the 22 because I probably would have killed the nigga on the next block.
Right.
So I just bopped him with the 22 twice. That nigga didn't even know he was bleeding. He was still just looking at me like, why you do that? Yeah. Go walk away and die, dummy.
So what happened afterwards? Did he leave still?
Yeah, I guess he walked away. I went in the house. Let him go to sleep. Take that long sleep.
You ain't go back out there to see if his body was there?
He not going to let you see him die anyway.
Cause he was over my back gate in the alley, going away from my house. So I'm not finna even.
He going to go hide and die.
I saw blood trickling down his leg and his tail. So he gonna succumb.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
So, I'm a survivor.
That nigga might come back with a vengeance.
All right.
It's going to be lightning and thunder, and then you're going to see him. It's going to strike, lightning is going to strike, and it's going to light him up, and he's going to be standing in the back like this.
You might be. You might be right, nigga.
He waiting on your ass to come back.
I destroy a whole vehicle for that motherfucker. No problem.
He'll be right under your hood, waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I crash that motherfucker dead into a brick wall just to kill it.
The fuck y'all been on? Derek,
Shopping on Amazon,
So,
looking at
what you
all the
been on?
goodies I can buy.
me, nothing much. Getting this next batch of content ready, testing the audio, testing this microphone, how it sounds with the camera, etc. So, but otherwise, I haven't been doing nothing. Got out the house, running a couple errands today, but otherwise,
How you gonna use that mic with the camera? Cause usually, so when you edit, you gotta pair up your audio and your video. You gotta edit like that,
yeah,
or you got
I got it. I usually I just sync up both.
right. So do you why you don't run it both? Why you don't run both of them through OBS to where it's auto, or why you don't run your? Well, I don't know how your lapel mics work, but for my lapel mics, I can run my lapel mics into my camera. You know what I'm saying? So that way I don't have to edit if I wanted to do it that way because I don't do it that way.
I don't know what you mean.
So my camera,
Oh, so I think I know what you're saying. So I do my mic plugs directly into my camera when I'm recording. So the audio,
what mic?
the mic that I usually wear in my videos,
It goes directly into your camera?
yeah, it plugs directly into the camera.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying then.
I plug that plugs directly in, and then I sync up that audio with the video that I'm recording through
Oh,
OBS. So,
right. Okay. But what
yeah.
I'm saying is, so this is my lapel,
Mm-hmm.
and I can hook this up, which is my receiver. I
Yeah,
can hook this directly into my camera
your camera. Yep,
to
that's how
where
mine.
this audio will go into it will overlay on the video.
Yeah, yep,
And that's a kind of a way you could use to like eliminate the editing process of
yeah,
syncing up that fucking that shit is so ass. I hate editing.
yeah.
And that's why
Syncing the audio at the beginning when I first started doing content, it was like it was a process. Now it's nothing. It's literally nothing to me now. But at first, it was terrible. And then I tested out this mic today with the camera because it's got a plug in where I can plug it directly into the camera, and I didn't like the way it sounded. It was too much. This mic is more dynamic, so it's record. What's that?
he's Infinity Gaming just asked is that the DJI. Yeah, this is the DJI one, and they got a two now, but the two I forget. I don't know if it does 32-bit float. The two is a little bit extra, but I don't really like the way it looked. But I might, cause I'm gonna get. I want to end up with like 6 lapel mics. I need like a gang of these. I need like 8 of them. Oh, what up? What up, Rasu? Hell yeah, I'm always up late. It's always. Derek, don't you got the road? You got the what's the brand of your lapel?
I think it's Love
It won't focus on the light.
Comica. It's Comica
Oh, I don't know if I ever heard of them. But yeah,
right there.
I want to end up with a gang of these so I can start doing panels. Oh, okay.
That's mine. And then I did buy a roll mic, but these the lav mic sounds better than the roll.
Rasu is my cousin. He live in I think Arizona,
What's going on, Rasul?
somewhere out there.
Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you,
my-
Infinity Gaming, on the comeback.
I was watching you yesterday play Fortnite Infinity. I don't know if you saw my comment. I put some emojis in your chat and all of that. You was playing with a few homies on there. I got to figure out how to link this up. I need to get me a what's the name of that thing? The thing you can capture gameplay with? The card?
Oh, um,
You in Long Beach? What?
I think
Long Beach, California? You must mean you drive you on the road out there. You don't live in Long Beach, do you? I don't think I knew that. Oh, the Elgato. Elgato.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta get me one of those Elgatos so I can start. You live in Long Beach? What? Since when? I don't know why I thought you lived in the desert. So where do you be at when you do your videos? Because I know you in the desert. DJI products are being held up in customs and not being allowed in the country. Whoa. I thought DJI was a American company. Where they from? Oh, DJI is a Chinese company. Wow, I didn't know that. I'm learning all kind of shit right now. Long
Hey,
Beach.
did y'all
Oh, Cali and Arizona. Okay, okay. Damn, man, I gotta come see you one time, man. I mean, I'd have come see you if it was Arizona too, but Long Beach sound fun though. What was you about to say, D?
um did y'all hear about Ellen DeGeneres?
No, what?
Dipped out the
She
country. You know, and a
she
girl.
moved, yeah, she moved to Great Britain and said she's not coming back while
Because
Trump
of
is in
Trump?
office.
Definitely because it's probably gonna be a mass exodus.
Oh my God.
Maybe
You
with
can't.
people with money because they have that option. But everybody else ain't going nowhere. You think it's gonna be a mass exit of everybody?
A mass
I,
exodus of
I,
who?
just people that just don't like the way it's going. That can dip.
Oh, okay, they can dip. I'm about to say it ain't too many of them.
Yeah, I actually want, man, there's so much stuff DJI makes that I want to. I want one of those drones and I want they got all kind of stuff that I saw. They make everything, anything you can want for production. I didn't know they were but why them? Are they being targeted in particular or are you just saying it's because the US border is just tightening up or something? So Ellen ran with her girlfriend? You don't think that has anything to do with the fact that she's been in trouble lately?
Yeah. How about the fact that she's a piece of shit?
That's
How
what I
about that?
thought you was about to say. That I thought you were about to say that she left because
No, she running for Trump. She's I believe it was either she expressly stated that or it's been stated that it came from her camp that she's leaving because Trump is in office. And my response is
Ojo, would you leave if you could? I mean, you can. Would you leave?
Well, I got extenuating circumstances, so I will get the fuck up out of here.
Are you saying because he cut the support?
Because he can.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. And actually, when I was on the phone with my stepmom, she mentioned sort of the same thing. I think it was about Social Security, um, saying that it was going to be basically killed. And I
Medicaid
don't,
too.
right. And I don't know anything
Trying to get
about
all
that
that shit out of there.
because I haven't heard too much about that. I mean, honestly, so I don't know. But
All your life you've been working. You've been putting into that fund. You
I
ain't
ain't gonna
getting no
lie.
refund on that bread.
I assumed that I wouldn't be getting that shit anyway, dog.
yeah, you was never gonna see it anyway.
That's the way that I felt because that's what I've been hearing all my life. Like you're not seeing that no Social Security. Like it'll be dried up by the time I get old. That's why you got to live fast and die young.
Oh my God.
That is terrible, terrible advice,
You
brother.
mean I gotta go back to the streets, bruh? Damn.
I'm about to play Rick Ross.
I gotta go back to the streets. I don't like it.
Right, you gotta get older. He said
I thought
because
I escaped that shit.
he, he said because DJI is in bed with the Chinese military and customs has accused them of making products with slave labor. Ooh,
One of my mans wanted one of their drones real bad.
I want they could yeah their drones are sweet, but I was wondering when I bought this, I'm like, why is this only? I mean, this thing was $250. It's it's not super cheap, but I'm like, their stuff is affordable. I think they make a gimbal too. I don't remember what else. And I was like, why is their stuff so cheap? You know, as opposed to the competitors. Um, maybe it is with slave labor. That's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny at all. But that's pretty interesting. I didn't hear any of that. Go get Ellen back, man.
Fuck Ellen. Get the fuck on.
I went to the FanDuel lounge today. Ojo. They had, so remember when we went down to we were upstairs that one day. And when we
Yeah.
went down, they had that food cart down there.
Mm-hmm.
The food cart was hot dogs. That's all they had. But they had like gourmet hot dogs, and they were good as fuck. I had 6 of them bitches today. I had 3 when I got there.
That was free?
No. They were $10 though. So you get 3. Hold on, wait. No, it's a good ass deal. You get 3 hot dogs for 10.
Oh, okay.
And the hot dogs are like, so they had one that was a Reuben. They had the coney, chili, onions, mustard, cheese. Then they had one that was a Philly, and it was like 2 other ones that I can't. I think it was a plain one and it was something else I
Chicago?
can't remember. Maybe so. And they stacked one, you know, the one with the Reuben obviously was a bunch of sauerkraut, and then I
That
had the
Philly
Philly.
sound good.
The Philly was cold because it had cheese, but it was it had like
Some extra meats, like some shaved ribeye, some shit on there.
it was
'Cause that
ribeye.
would be hard.
It was ribeye, some melted cheese. It was
Peppers
what is
or
it?
onions.
Peppers and onions, and it had steak sauce,
Ooh,
and it was good as hell. And you get 3 for 10. So
that
that's why I'm
sound
like,
good.
what? So man, that FanDuel Lounge is that deal, bro. Because you go in there and you could just chill, watch. It's 15 games on.
Right. Yeah, I
People was in
remember
there
the
going to
layout.
sleep. Man, what?
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'm probably going back tomorrow. What is it?
Sunday night football.
99% of American drone makers are strictly U.S. military contracts and don't produce consumer products. That's wow. I want to get me a drone. Somebody hit me up today and was trying to get me to connect them to a video director, and I'm like, man, let me shoot it. I don't know what I'm doing in my life right now. I'm just doing stuff, and I've gotten better with this camera. I'm like, man, just let me shoot a video, bro. And I want stuff I wanted a drone too, so I could start doing aerial shots, obviously. But the way that my mind works, I think I'm pretty good creatively. Like I want to show y'all this video. We might as well let's just hang out. I did this little edit. I did a BTS edit for Damasio that out of. Can I switch? I'll just look at the page. I'm like, man, I think I'm pretty all right at this shit. So this is the photo shoot. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the video shoot that I was at. He just invited me because he wanted me to be in the video, and I was. But while I wasn't in the video, I just was shooting. I got a bunch of cold pictures, and I kind of just was like, fuck it, I'll make myself useful. So I shot this little thing for him.
We out here shooting some shit with me and Info, you know what I'm saying, follow and lead. And you hear it, you know what I mean? We in the cut. Check.
We ain't got to listen to the song, but on some beginner shit, I thought I would get him some dope BTS. And now I think I want to try my hand at some video shit.
So this is all you shooting right here?
Yep, this is just me. It's BTS, so it's not like I'm not trying to be creative. I'm really just trying to capture the moment. But while I was editing, I'm like, fuck it, let me be creative. He started doing performances, and I was capturing the performances. So I was like, shit, let me just get my own take on it. So he was rapping into the drone, and he's the director right there, the guy in the glasses. This
Yeah.
guy in front of the camera too, that's Freddie. He's a younger guy. He is a director, but he wasn't directing this video. He was kind of like co-director. He's rapping into the drone. We were like in Southwest up under a viaduct. And
I see the drone flying around in the background.
yeah, that light that he's rapping into is the drone. He said if you want to make money off drone footage, you have to get a 107 drone pilot's license from the FAA.
Mm-hmm.
The last guy that got in trouble was fined $180,000.
Yeah. He's right. There are a lot of rules to
Gotta
it.
take a
Shit.
class for that shit.
know about.
What?
And then I be thinking the thing with drones too is I be thinking about all the people that get drones and then you should just go offline. Like that's done. Your drone is done.
I've seen so many videos of people fucking their drones up.
Yeah.
before.
They said somebody had a drone out at my job, and they said he caught everybody out there on break one night.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And then flew it into the side of the building.
yeah.
You dummy.
Flew it to
However
the
many
side of the building.
thousands. However many
Actually,
thousands. Just drown the dream, huh?
I don't know if you've ever seen anybody fly a drone, but some of those drones go fast as shit. I know in New York,
I've never seen it in person. No.
like I saw a few video directors fly their drones and stuff to shoot videos, but the big ones, like because this one in the video here, that's a tiny drone. You can watch it, see it come down. That's real little. You know, that's not that big of a drone, but they got drones that are big as shit and they fly super fast. And then I follow a subreddit where there's these dudes that like race their drones or they do trick flying.
That should be on TV. They be having drone league racing all on TV and shit. I be watching that shit. That shit be cold as hell. They be converting warehouses and shit like that.
Yeah,
they be zooming through scaffolding and all kind of shit.
Yep, I watch videos like that, and I think that's pretty sweet. It looks fun, but I know in New York you can't fly a drone at all. I heard that one story about a guy flying his drone, and the FBI started chasing it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's outrunning them. He's trying to get away from them and lose them, so he could bring it back to himself. So he loses them. He brings the drone back to himself, and then he's like, "Okay, I got away with it." He packed the drone up, go in the house, and then they come knocking on the door like, "Hey, man."
Yeah, what's good?
They like, bro, don't let us catch you doing that shit again, because next time we taking your drone and you going to jail. Because with 9/11, you cannot, after 9/11, you cannot be using the airspace in New York for shit without permission. I don't know if there's anywhere in New York where you're allowed to fly a drone. It might be very small spaces. I don't know. He says somebody ran a drone into a sheriff helicopter in LA, bro.
I believe it. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have
Damn, 250?
Sheesh.
250 is too damn fast.
Jesus.
Why would you ever need a drone to go 250 miles per hour?
Shit. Delivering that work, nigga.
Yeah.
Low key. That's probably one of the reasons they restrict the airways too. The DJI app I heard has a thing where if you're so there's a map and there are red zones and green zones or whatever you call them, like where you're not allowed to and where you are allowed to. The DJI drone app won't even let you you won't even be able to take off in certain areas. It literally will not let you.
Yeah.
He said if you fly indoors, the FAA rules do not apply. You can do what you want.
Yeah, but that ain't no fun. Who wants to fly indoors?
Right.
You buy a drone to fly outdoors.
I want to zoom through the city.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll probably eventually get one. The first thing I want to get before I get a drone though is I got to get me a gimbal. I was just thinking about that today.
I got a drone. It's hard as hell flying that thing.
Man, I got the little bitty one, the same one probably you got, and it's not easy.
No, it isn't.
And mine wouldn't stabilize for shit.
The drone itself, you saying?
Yeah, like you're supposed to stabilize them to where it will hover without moving, but my drone kept drifting and falling out of the air and shit. Oh,
Mm.
I'll figure it out eventually. I gotta get me a gimbal first. You said you were looking at Amazon today. I forgot Black Friday is right around the corner.
Oh, that shit started already. That shit started on the 22nd. That shit going on for a whole week.
Yeah, they start early now. You know.
Right, it's a whole week thing now.
Yeah.
That's to stop all that rush.
Ain't no rushes no. Yep. Ain't no rushes no more. It's
Low
the
key,
Black Friday.
I think that's a good idea because I've been in the store and watched some people fight. It is a horrible. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong as hell. Gimbal. Yeah, that Ronin. SC. I don't want the SC. I want the RS. 279 is not bad. Here's the DJI one, but that's for the phone. The DJI makes a handheld camera too, I believe. It's called the Osmo Pocket. The Osmo Pocket Osmo, whatever it's called. DJI is dope. But it makes sense now that you said they're building shit with slave labor, bro. Let's look up Ronins in general.
So would y'all be the ambassador of a company or a CEO of a company that you knew where the bulk of your product was getting made by kids or some, you know, some some third world country where people can't basically they making pennies on the dollar? Would y'all still take the position? Like, what if somebody came to y'all and offered y'all a position at Amazon, right? They offered you a position at Amazon as a CEO exec or something like that. You making multiple in access
money.
Stupid money. You making a stupid amount of money. But when you take up this position, you start to learn the secrets of the trade, and they basically show you where they're getting the majority of their product from, and you find out that some little kid named Gustav is making your products in a sweat factory somewhere. Would you still take the position?
Gustav, brother.
How long was I there before I found out?
How long were you with the company?
Yeah.
You've been with the company maybe 3 years.
I got enough to dip, so I ain't incriminated.
No. I'm saying you've been with the company before you took this position. Job. So they come to you with this position. They come to you with this offer where, hey, you can make more money.
When did I know Gustav was getting his hands dirty?
When they brought you in to that office for the meeting, they like,
oh my God.
Everybody that worked for Gustav is in the position that you're describing. I mean, Phil Knight. I said Gustav. What the fuck? Anybody that Gustav. Look, Infinity Gaming did it again. He said Nike has been known for using forced labor for years, but
yeah,
they're American and the government looks away. That's
a fact.
Anybody working for Phil Knight is falling under that. So
that's a fact.
Man, that's a tricky thing. So what? I don't know. What is slave labor? Does it mean literally you're like cracking a whip and making them do things for like little to no money, or are you saying is it cheap labor? That's what I always get confused about.
It's cheap and it's under the work age labor. It's like your kids. So 5-year-old kids is in there making shoes.
Yeah, so it's both. It may not necessarily, because I don't know. I've never seen a behind. Of course, I've never seen a behind the scenes, of a real slave labor. So I don't know what technically be going on behind the scenes. We'll never know that.
So the conversation that I used to hear in the early 2000s was more like the working conditions was so bad that it was
terrible working conditions, like terrible pay, and it's the mama, the son, and probably the grandmama and grandbaby, whole family in there working for 50 cents a day or something like that.
So Yeah, terrible, terrible working conditions. Probably it's literal sweat factories. They in there probably ain't no good, filtration systems as far as air quality in there. They're probably working under harsh environments. It's hot, it's sweaty,
They working
and
20-hour days.
they, and they making pennies on the dollar. But here you are, you got an offer to make a substantial amount of money every single year. You making 500, 600
I
grand.
do it. I do it.
You would take the position?
Really?
I do it. But hold on.
That's surprising coming from you, I will say.
I'll be a turncoat.
What you mean?
I dime their ass out.
Oh,
I
we
don't
killing
appreciate
you.
that.
They getting you up out of there.
Get at me, dog.
They getting
Get
you
at me.
out of
Get
there.
at me.
Hey, they gonna pack you up.
Hey,
They
get at
are
me.
going to pack you up.
They ain't gonna know who did it.
The group of people in
How
China
they
are
not
in
gonna
real
know?
internment camps and are not being used to mine the lithium for DJI batteries. Or they are being used to mine the lithium, and that's dangerous all in itself. Mining for lithium, bruh.
Yeah,
Alone.
I've heard that too. I haven't heard from DJI because I don't know too much about DJI, but I've heard that they have people doing that very, very dangerous mining for lithium. But again,
I've always heard like cobalt, which is another thing they use in these electronics. Oh man, no, I don't know if I could do that, bro, because that is the ultimate moral dilemma there. Like,
it is though.
am
It
I
is
going
though.
to sacrifice all these people to save myself? I don't know. I can't do that.
That's a
But
difficult
I
dilemma.
understand what he's saying. He's almost saying he's on some, I won't say Robin Hood, but he's trying to get in so he could destroy them from within. Like,
They'll
Mhm.
never allow it. They gonna pack you up.
Hey,
Right.
You getting packed up the first
inkling.
time. Yeah.
The
I want
first
to know what Rasul and Infinity Gaming would do. Would y'all do it? Would y'all take the position?
Rasu is not doing no shit like that. I can already tell you that. Rasu is he is not tapped. He is not fucking with any of this shit. First of all,
Infinity Gaming says similar to the Blood Diamond issue. Yeah.
yeah, yep. And
Yeah.
that's another thing I was gonna say. Sierra Leone
It's a great movie, by the way, Blood Diamond.
or that the Sierra Leone
Excellent
thing.
movie.
I mean, really, it's everywhere in Africa. You see these little kids in these diamond mines, these coal mines, whatever. Rasu said, "Hell no." I told you he's not fucking with it. But no, these little kids losing arms and shit at the age of 8 and 9. Like, man, what? No, I
but
couldn't.
that's a whole different. That's a whole
That's
different circumstance over there.
yeah.
They being forced into that shit.
Infinity
Infinity
Gaming
Gaming
said no.
said no. I mean, like that's a.
I mean, your village over there getting raped and destroyed, and then they forcing you to do that. You ain't got no other choice.
Oh, you talking about for the Blood Diamonds? Yeah.
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 I mean, he said these people are in the internment camps for lithium, though. So is it different? You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, it's not sounding like it's too much better. I understand. Maybe your family would be spared or whatnot.
I mean, really, the scenario that you presented doesn't even have to be that hypothetical because, to be honest, here I am sitting on an iMac with an iPhone in front of that, with a computer, another laptop next to that, and then I'm talking through a microphone that was probably made with slave labor, and then an interface, another camera.
And
I'm looking into a camera made by Sony.
And now you get an offer to do exactly what you're doing now, but for multiple six figures.
Why are you doing this?
I'm about to roll up a lithium joint and smoke it right in front of everybody.
Lithium joint.
They're like, look, they're like, listen, if it bothers you that bad, they're like, we just won't talk about it, but just know
this life is fucked up. And as
Americans,
Americans,
honestly,
up a show.
like you just said though, but that's really honestly what we are with the situation we're in as Americans. Like we, as much as you want to, yeah, it's just not as bad. It's not as in your face. You know what I'm saying? Because we still go to work every day. So we still, you know what I'm saying? So we still we're not seeing it up close and personal. But honestly, Americans are living off of the blood, sweat, and tears of
The rest of the world.
cheap labor. Yeah, cheap labor, abusive labor,
Yeah.
all of that. We
Man,
living off of this stuff right
You
now.
you know what's
it's
funny that
sweatshops here though. It's slave labor here though. Like you said, it's just hidden well.
Yeah,
some of it
Cause,
ain't
cause a
hidden.
lot of them knockoffs is coming from that kind of shit. All that knockoff shit they doing with purses and shoes and clothes, that's coming from them type of motherfuckers.
But the slave labor in America is not hidden because all you gotta do is go to Angola or Suffolk County or what's the one in Atlanta? The something county. That's what they got them making license plates and all kind of shit. Or you could ride up the. I'm in Detroit and watching prisoners pick up garbage on the side of the road. They making 20 cents a day. I mean, they're criminals, but is it okay to do that to criminals? You know what I mean? I don't know. Morally, I don't know.
yeah,
In one way, I kind of don't give a fuck, but it's like you can't enslave them all just because you deem them to be like the bad fruit. But I mean, some people deserve it, I think, and in my opinion, some people don't deserve that. But
So that you just be slaving out them lifers.
yeah, or like you done
oh
caught,
yeah, yeah. Your
you
life
done
is
On,
forfeited.
them niggas on death row.
you
Yeah,
done
your
shot
life
up a
is forfeited
school.
anyway. Go ahead, pack you up, get out, go ahead, get out there.
You shot up a concert or shot up a mall or something.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead
gonna
and
work
get the.
you to death. It don't matter if you die.
But it's funny. I have these inner dialogues a lot. I don't know if that makes me crazy, but just literally today when I was getting ready to go to the casino, I was in my closet and I was just thinking about the fact that as Americans, like, man, we all rich, even the broke ones. Because
I
I've
know what
been
you
to
mean.
Mexico.
I know what you mean.
Being poor in Mexico is way
Different
worse,
level, different level of
dog.
poor than over here.
Like I haven't been too many places. Like I've been out the country twice, but the second time I went out the country was to one of the richest places ever in Monaco, in France. So I didn't see any. I mean, I saw a little poverty, but even that, it's the same thing that I'm describing here. The people that are poor in America is like
Still
pales,
richer than the poorest.
still richer than the poorest. Because when I went to Mexico that one time, I was on a resort, but on the way to the resort, it was like, dog, this is poor. Like, and then we're going to a resort off the motherfucking Gulf of Mexico, driving past a bunch of people who don't even got shoes on or shit like that. People living in the jungle. Man,
My
no.
Some of my cousins is from Africa, and they had told me about stories about them making shoes and shit out of tires.
Man, I gotta go
They
home.
was born. Now they was born over there, so it's hard for them to get back to America.
I wanna go home.
Yes. Oh, I gotta get that. I gotta get that video. But no, I couldn't wait. Like I had a blast in Mexico, but boy, I couldn't wait to get home. And it made me appreciate America so much more. Like I won't lie. You gotta forgive me, Rasu, but dog, I know this country is a complicated place to live, but dude,
Yeah, for as much as I think about that all the time. Like for as much as we talk about and we shit on like American culture and America as a country and how terrible it is, things we do to each other, things we do to other nations and stuff like that. Like we speak coming from a lot of goddamn privilege.
all day long.
From a lot of privilege, no matter how you cut it, no matter how you put it. When you stack us up, like you said, next to a country or a place like Mexico, dirty ass Mexico, not the places that they show in the videos and all that, the nightlife where it make it look like it's exciting. No, go to some, and then you go to some of these other countries that's absolutely terrible. I remember my mother went to where'd she go? She went to
Dominican
what'd you
or
say?
Puerto Rico? Was it Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico? Where did she go?
No, she went to Haiti.
Haiti, right? Okay, she
Mm.
did. Yeah.
She went to Haiti, and what she described to me when she came back was just like I was terrified. So it's like as much as we talk about American culture and all of that shit, like we are speaking from a privileged position compared to others.
That conversation we had last night where we were talking to Calvin about street vendors, street food. And
Yeah,
I think we were talking about at the time. We were talking about Brazil, or were we talking about Thailand? I
I
can't
think
remember which country we were talking about. But he
we were
was,
talking about Thailand.
and then we got to talking about India.
Yes,
Like there are some beautiful parts of India. Don't get me wrong, but bruh, I seen some shit where it was like, what? And then there's a billion people there.
yes, which is why nobody cares when it's 75 people standing in line to get this fly infested food
If
that they
anything,
just go
yeah,
ahead. What do you say?
people in the U.S. don't realize the abundance of products we have. Just look at Amazon choices we have compared to Amazon in other countries.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't think
fact.
I've ever looked at Amazon in another country, but uh, yeah, that's like the fact that I can order some paper towel right now and it could be here
And they be here
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Bro, it's 12:30 in the morning. That paper towel will be here at 6 a.m.
Other countries don't even have papers out there. They gotta use bushes. I gotta use bushes to
Bushes.
wipe my ass.
I gotta stop laughing.
I got. I'm serious.
Ooh.
It's a
I
fact,
know
though.
you serious, but
It's just a fact of life. Like,
you said bushes.
go ahead
We
and grab
want
that branch over there, brother.
we
Hopefully,
one of the most wasteful countries. We probably are the wasteful country in the world.
oh, for sure. You ever seen the videos of how much food they be throwing out of restaurants and stuff like that, grocery stores and all that stuff?
I know. Well, I don't need to see the videos. I know what I waste.
When
Yeah.
I was in KFC a few months back, waiting on something. I think I ordered a breast, and I was waiting in the lobby, and they had this placard, like a sticker on the the block glass or the bulletproof glass or whatever, and it says something like, at the end of the day, they have some sort of program at KFC, I believe, where they take all their food and they donate it every day, and I think that's pretty dope. I don't know if they actually hold to that, but they say advertise that they do, and I think that's pretty dope because I've heard.
That's right. I need that
Three.
3 ply,
He
baby.
said 3-ply. I don't even think I've ever even used 3-ply in my life.
I need that thick. I need that thick paper towel.
Man, you
Don't
wiping your ass with like
I want it
you
to feel
got
like a softly played pillow
you got
down.
like suede toilet paper and shit. Like,
Yeah, I wanted to feel like I just wiped my ass with a cloud. That's what I wanted to feel like.
man,
I'm not in the minute I live in a place and they tell me I got to go out and grab a tree branch to wipe my ass, I will not be back, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I will not come again.
I mean,
Nope.
believe it or not, there's people in this country right now that are living without bathrooms in their homes and outhouses and shit in the south.
You're right. You're right about that. No, wait. When I found out that other countries, like some of the other countries, they gotta like you gotta use the bathroom in front of other people. What is this uncouth?
Wait,
What is
what?
this?
What are you talking about?
You know, some other countries they just have they have like a recessed, almost like
A hole in the floor that you got to go piss in.
or that you basically gotta piss and shit in, and
That's
it's several of them
bullshit.
lined up. Like you don't ain't no stalls, ain't no
urinal.
urinals. You just gotta pop a squat next to homie that you just saw grabbing the rice, grabbing
Oh,
the
shut
dirty
the
rice.
fuck up.
Pop a squat. Go ahead, take care of your business and get on up out of there, homie.
Calvin, Ojo, we were talking to Calvin last night about, I want to say it was Thailand or Vietnam or something, and he was saying like, and those street vendors, they will cook your food with dirty water.
Yeah, I be seeing them YouTube videos. That shit
yeah.
be looking terrible.
Pharaoh had asked him. He was like, what did he say? You ever been overseas and ate some food and got sick? He was like, oh hell yeah. And he said Thailand. He said the first time he went to Thailand, he got real sick off of some food. I cannot fuck with the street vendors, but see, we do all this complaining about our water here and shit, but we have like and then we live in Michigan.
Yes.
Not Flint, but Michigan.
Not
because
Flint, Michigan.
People get that confused.
And
We
like you
live in
think about, even if when you think about the Flint crisis, the Flint water crisis, like that was a big deal. It was lawsuits and everything involved with that. But for another country, that's just a regular Thursday, nigga. That's a Thursday over here. But y'all so, you know what I'm saying? Y'all so Americanized where y'all get to file lawsuits and take it to court and possibly win some money off of having dirty water.
In third world countries, they had to send a militia through there and just kill them
Man,
all. Like,
I'll just wipe y'all all out. How about that?
like
We
fuck
just
it.
take your we
We're
just gonna
not.
take your little section off the map.
No, don't worry about your water. But no, man, I
Gonna
do
have
want.
a lot, you're gonna have a lot more to worry about than dirty water, my friend.
I still want to travel though. I still want to go to. I want to go to Vietnam and Thailand, and both of those places are pretty fucked up in terms of.
I'm good on Vietnam. I'm straight. Thailand, I do want to visit Thailand though.
Why? Why you straight on Vietnam? I want to go to the Philippines too.
The Philippines, oh yeah, yeah. The
Why?
Philippines, Japan. I definitely got to go to Japan. We was talking yesterday. We were talking last night about how Japan is like one of the cleanest places. Did y'all be seeing the videos of just how their streets are?
Yeah, but Japan is rich as fuck, and Japan is they just operate on a different.
Yeah, and then their whole culture. That's what's so I guess enamoring about it because they whole culture just like we don't play that. We don't litter over here. We don't play none of that. You know what I'm saying? They just everybody has the same like mindset. They say red drinking the fancy false water.
Man, I just got some Ice Mountain right now. Normally I have Evian or what's the other one? I forget the other brand. I was a little
Voss.
fancy.
Who used to buy Voss all the time? Oh, Will. Will
Will,
used to always have
he
Voss.
sure did.
Voss water.
He sure did. I love water too. I drink water so often.
I need some more water right now. I just
Me
finished
too.
mine.
I'm dying of thirst right now, actually, but I don't want to leave the stream. But man, I'm still going. Why you say Vietnam though? I want to know why. Are you saying that because of the stigma of the war?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly that.
Man, that
And
shit.
I know it's nothing like that today, but I just I'm straight.
I would
I'm
love
good.
to. I,
It's Vietnam. I'm straight on. I'm straight on. I'm actually straight on Paris.
I've been hearing horror stories about Paris, low key.
You said horse to where you went. So how was
No, no,
yours
no,
going?
no. I was in the south of France. Paris
Oh,
is the
okay.
north. So I never
Okay.
experienced Paris. I was supposed to take a train up there, but motherfuckers changed their mind at the last minute. I ain't pointing no elbows though. But my homeboy that did go, he said it was shitty though. He said that. He said he enjoyed himself and all of that, but he was like it was dirty as fuck.
Yeah, no, they showed a video. I saw a video of the Eiffel of the tower over there. Dog, that should look like Hamtramck. The video that I saw, it was bad. It was bad. I was like, "This is Paris," because it was during the daytime, so ain't no lit up lights and none of that from afar.
Right.
Ain't no, no, they was up close personal. It was trash all around the tower. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, it was just regular little bums just living around the feet of the tower. Like, all right, bro, this is just totally killed what I thought.
Yeah, I was in the south of France, so I was in Monaco. I think we were like 3, 4 hours on a train ride, maybe 5 hours away from Paris. Um, and that area in particular is so rich, it's ridiculous. Now we did go to Nice, which is right outside of Monaco. We went to three major cities in France. I can't remember what all they were. We went to Nice. We were in Monaco. Oh, I guess you call it. It's like Monaco and fuck. What is it called? There's like two cities right next to each other that pretty much share the same little area. But Nice was the one that was like the hood. Nice is where we arrived. And when we were taking the train out, I mean, like out to our hotel, we were in Nice, and it was like graffiti. It looked like the hood and all of that, and it was not as rich as Monaco. So I kind of experienced seeing a little bit of like poverty in France, but boy, that is not even the poverty what I saw was nothing compared to the poverty around this motherfucking Detroit. It's not
Yeah,
that bad. It's not that
yeah.
bad at all. But the food though, and even the same thing I heard about Paris. Even considering how fucked up Paris can look, their food is still superior to ours.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, they were saying people were actually saying the food in Paris wasn't as good as the food in the south of France, but it's still better in terms of quality,
Ingredients.
the ingredients. When I the whole time, because I was in Monaco for 5 days. That's enough time to have experienced it, and then to come back to the states and see the difference in the food. Like their chicken, I don't know what it is about the chicken. Maybe it's because it's still fucking real, but their chicken in France was just so good. Everything I had, I didn't have any bad food, first of all, but everything felt so much better. It felt cleaner.
Fresh.
It was fresh. It felt real. It tasted real.
Bro, you
He
can
said
go
he
to
wants.
Canada and get that kind of shit. We 10 minutes away from real food and can't even get it.
He
All
said
of
he,
us.
if any game said he want to go to South Korea and Japan. I want to go to Japan too, but that is a ticket. The plane alone is going to be 3,000. I mean, unless you know what you're doing, because I've heard people come cheaper prices than that. But man, that's like one of my dreams. I want to go there in Italy real bad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a Japan trip. I don't know how and when, but that Japan trip gonna have to happen.
Y'all abandon the dreams about the cruise.
We damn near was finna try to sneak on the cruise for Christmas break because y'all niggas can't organize.
It ain't. It's not. It's not. See, look, the ability to organize wasn't the problem this time. The
Yeah,
ability to pay was the problem
yeah,
this time.
that was the problem.
When we priced out that cruise, I mean, I left before you even finished, but y'all said it ended up being like $2,500 a person or something like that.
But we can find stuff cheaper than that. That was just for a specific boat.
Oh, that was what was the name of that boat, Derek? The
I think it
Great,
was the Wonders of the Sea,
Wonder
Wonders
of
of
the
the Sea.
world
There.
or wonder
Wonder
yeah.
of the Sea, or something like that, which was
The
like the biggest and best.
the
But that's how I
newest
want.
biggest boat,
But that's
yeah.
how I want to do it though. Like if I'm going on a cruise, I don't want to go on a mediocre cruise. I want to go on the best cruise.
You just gotta plan it out better.
$2,500, $2,200 a person because
No,
we're
it'll be cheaper than that. We plan it out differently. It'll be they got off seasons and all of that. We just got kids. That's our hindrance.
yeah. I found that I was saying that we found that. I mean, it was a Fed day, so we were adding all the kids in. So I was thinking about me, like, bruh, me alone, I gotta come up with 6,000.
Yeah.
Easily,
Fuck.
That's
easy,
that's our
easy.
hindrance is the kids.
And
Now if we was
that's probably the low ball of what you got to come up with.
I
if
can't
we
come up
do
with no
some
fucking 6,000
man, you
right
can do
now.
that shit.
It's gonna take a long time. God damn it. But I do want to go on a cruise. I actually just found out about this cruise, and it lasts for like 90 days or 120 days,
Yeah, they
where
got shit there that's
I think you take off from LA and you basically go all the way around the world. You go to Sydney, you going all up into the Mediterranean, you go around the northern horn of Africa, you doing all kind of shit, and then you come back to Miami. So you literally circle the world and you do everything
yeah.
for like 6 months, 4 or 5 months, something like that. I can't remember the length.
So they got a tunnel through that wall of ice.
Oh, here this nigga go.
Just turn around. They just turn around and come back.
Right.
Oh, okay. They throw that bitch in reverse. All right, I ain't gonna say
All right, we're on
nothing
our
else.
way back now,
No, go
y'all.
ahead. Go ahead. You said what?
No, no, I ain't saying nothing else.
Mm-mm. Hold on. Where we at? What you got to say, man?
Nothing.
You gonna put a front and center.
Nothing. I
What you
was just
trying?
wondering.
You trying to start an argument about the flat Earth?
No, Mm-mm.
Come on, man.
I'm not biblical. I just heard what it say in the Bible about that, if I'm not mistaken.
Give me my
What
muffin.
you talking
Stop
about? The
that.
firmament or something?
Yeah.
The wall of ice that's supposed to be, we're all enclosed in. Yeah, there you
Rasul
go.
saying it's flat. We're gonna have to make Rasul cam up.
Look, I already considered him. He's a very intelligent person, and
Infinity
he's on the
Gaming
same.
says you can do a 1 year cruise for about 50 to
A
100,000
100,000.
cruise ship.
You know they
So
got people living on cruises now because it's damn near cheaper than rent.
I saw
They
that.
just cruise hopping.
I was about to say I saw this
People
video.
were doing that back in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video of this older white couple that yeah, they were just living their lives on a cruise ship, and that cruise that I was just talking about, the one that takes, it's like, yeah, it's got to be like a 6 month thing, 9 month thing. You're going
Yeah,
everywhere in the world, damn near, bruh. And
that's
then
fire.
you're spending a
You
couple days or a day or two or three at each place.
you ain't really never got to worry about food. You ain't really got to
Right.
worry about room and board. You good. That's the major two things taken care of right there.
If I
Everything else is
if I had the money,
yeah.
I would
I
do
would
that.
do it.
If I didn't
I
have
would
any responsibilities.
yeah.
Low key, you got a lot of people vacating the U.S. too because the cost of living in places is cheaper. Going out to South America and stuff like that's kind of a new thing with people dipping out to South America and living off like shit, probably $1,000 a month, probably cheaper than that, and everything is covered, and they still going out partying and all that kind of shit.
My ex had a meltdown one day, and she just was on the phone crying. I would have never told this story 2 years ago, but fuck her now. She was on the phone tripping and crying and shit, right? And she was like, basically just frustrated with trying to survive here, and she was just tired. Um, and she
We're
was
trying to
like
survive. Which like you
working,
mean
working,
life?
taking care of her daughter, shit like that.
The life you chose,
The consequences of the actions that she took, shit like that.
right?
But anyway, she was like trying to convince me to move to Mexico, and she was like looking up houses and shit. Like we should move, we should just go. But I'm like,
Damn,
I love you, but shut
But
up.
no.
Because
not that much,
I just let her get her shit off. Like
man. What the fuck is going on inside of my house? Sorry.
what, your camera's going off again?
Yes,
That possum is back.
I'm about to go outside with this whistle.
The possum is back. But yeah, she was like, we should just go. You should take your kids, and I'll take my daughter, and we'll just go. And I just let her vent. And then the next day, she was like, "I'm sorry. I hope I don't sound crazy." I'm like, "You
So you
going
want to go
through?"
get this Big Mac special?
I'm sorry.
He got Big Macs on sale.
That was a dumbass idea after all. Basically is what she said. I'm sorry.
but it is. There is some sort of like exodus or whatever of people just leaving because yes, it is very expensive to be an American.
I'm talking about people who's taking their pension money, their retirement money, and they going south, all different kind of places, and they
So
living good off their money as opposed to just barely making it.
yeah. So one of the followers from my other channel, from the finance channel, he ended up commenting on one of the videos, and basically he has a YouTube channel himself, and he put a video up basically saying how he was living off his dividends, and I think in dividends he's probably getting like $60,000-$70,000 a year in dividends, but he was like
What?
he was living like a king over,
Nigga,
and
you can live like a king here, making
yeah,
that.
you can, but he was just like over there.
Not a king, but
Yeah, but
You can live.
you can live
can
pretty
live.
decent. You can live pretty decently here for 70,000, but over there, he was just like his money is going so far. It's like he's literally living like a king. He found a
Right.
wife,
That's the
a
point.
young wife over there.
wait,
You know,
where did he go?
what did he say he was? Hold on, let me find out. I can't remember exactly. But I'm gonna
They
pull
be
up the video.
man, I be watching the little videos and listening to reading these stories. These people be talking about they rent be like $200 in 2-bedroom condos and shit like that on the
Yeah,
ocean or some shit.
yeah,
Ain't no need for a car because the market is right there.
See,
yeah,
that's
They getting cell phones, they eating out, they got everything medical, and they still got bread. They
that's part of the reason I want to go to Vietnam so bad, or Thailand, because the conversion rate is so high. So you get a 5-star hotel for a week and it'll be like $150 or some stupid shit like that. And you got people coming in the house and cleaning your room every day and washing your clothes and bringing you breakfast and shit, and you just paid $150 for a 5-day stay or what? Like what? Yes, sign me up. Because if I
yeah.
want to go, when I went to the south of France, nigga, my hotel alone was probably fucking $700-800 or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a lot of money. I don't know. I wouldn't leave though. I don't. I can't do that. I
You
can't do
wouldn't
that
leave
right
and just
now.
come back to. I mean, not now, but when you wouldn't leave and come back and just be a visitor.
In my later age, I definitely would. Like once my kids are grown, I'm out. I could be out. I have no problem with that. But um,
Yeah, it would have to be then. It cannot be any time before. I couldn't imagine trying to, and that's a lot. Establish taking kids somewhere, uprooting them, trying to establish a foothold somewhere else for them educationally. It's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
when I was younger, way before I had kids, I considered moving to the UK, but
You said the UK?
then they went through a whole thing too right after that,
Mm.
where that country been in hell for the last 8-9 years or something.
Low key, you can buy a motherfucking a truck and a trailer, like a fifth wheel, some shit like that, and literally rent your crib out and down and survive on some shit like that.
The Philippines.
Mm,
Where
Oh, he
you
went
at?
to the Philippines. So, yeah,
Yeah, we went to the Philippines.
of course
He
he lived
said,
like a king in the Philippines.
I bet
yeah,
60 bands a year, 50 bands, 60. Yikes.
I don't even know what the conversion would be over there, but
A
it's a
thousand
lot.
dollars is probably fucking $1.5 million over there.
He said 1.5. Damn.
I don't fucking know, bro, but I know
I
it's
mean,
pretty
I feel you.
drastic.
I understand what you're saying.
That's a lot though. No responsibilities, that's a whole different story. I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Definitely. Definitely.
So you regret having kids then?
Oh,
I
you do
don't. I definitely don't. I wish I had more kids.
What did you just say, Derek?
nothing. I said I love all of my children. I love them to death. I do.
Oh, Joe, I think I want another kid too. I go back and forth like 30 times a year.
I
I,
wouldn't even mind adopting a kid.
and I had that same thought too. I don't know if I would actually go through with it.
You brothers have the hearts of
You
you
gonna
have
adopt a boy, Ojo?
I would. It would be. Or twins, boy and a girl.
nigga end up with a little Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh shit.
Hey, yeah,
Oh
that's out of
no.
my hands.
You go
You're
over
right.
there.
It is
You
out of your
go.
motherfucking
You go
hands.
over there. His house visitor after you done raise his little ass. What's that smell in here? Some
I left
bad
some
meat.
steaks out. Yeah.
Some bad meat. Bad
No.
meat.
And I won't lie, even though that's kind of a ridiculous fear, the reason I just said I don't know if I would go through with it is because exactly what he's saying. I've heard, like, I watch a lot of true crime, and I've heard stories of like adopted kids like stabbing their adopted parents in the middle of the night because they've been through so much that it almost turned them into sociopaths, and you didn't know it. And that
Or
that
they just had those tendencies all their life. You didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't know who their father was or who their mother was. History of mental illness or whatnot. So, but I mean, y'all can just go have another one. Y'all young still.
Infinity Gaming says European countries are slowly stripping away rights away, such as freedom of speech instead of protection in Canada, UK, Germany. You can get arrested for anything they deem as hate speech.
I mean, that's true, but the more I think about it, like when you look at a country like Japan, I don't necessarily know if stripping them away more rights is a bad thing. You look over there at a country like Japan, a lot of the stuff that we can get away with over here, you can't get away with over there, and their society is better for it.
I was about to say, but us looking on the outside in, if we went to a place like that, we probably feel like ain't shit wrong over there because we've been accustomed to this lifestyle and this the tragedies and the adverse effects of the state of America.
Yeah,
So going over there is probably like a fucking relief.
yeah.
So that shit probably wouldn't even affect.
So what are you talking about, like Korea? Or what is it, like South? Yeah, South Korea. Is it North
It was
Korea?
South Korea, it was North
South
Korea.
Korea.
It
One
was
right, but that's what I'm saying. North Korea is the one where they're like you have to
it's
like pray to the
it's a dictatorship up there.
yeah, you got to pray to the
Like, yeah, they up there they want to control how many kids you have. They want to control, you know, everything. During COVID, people was not allowed to leave their houses at all. They put locks on the doors. Niggas cannot leave.
so
Uh,
the Kim Jong Un is the one that's alive now, right? What was his father's name? Kim Jong Il, or is it the other way around?
don't give me the
I
line.
don't remember.
So there's something over there where you have to like pledge allegiance or like pray to the one that died. You have to have a picture of him in your house or some shit like that, and you have to like pray to him every day or something. Or and if you don't, they'll. I don't want to say they'll kill you.
Pack you up. Pack you up. That's crazy. Whole family getting packed up because you ain't got a picture of Kim Jong in there.
That shit is fucked up. Like, imagine if you had to have a picture of George H.W. Bush in your house, or you getting the fuck out of here. Like, what? I have to?
The gods are watching.
Man, no.
The gods are
Man, you just
watching.
gotta play that game till you get what you want.
The
Yeah, it's
gods are
terrible.
watching.
It's terrible up there.
What you mean play the game until you get what you want?
If Trump put that shit into place February 13th, everybody gotta have it. What you gonna do?
Dog, that is so fucked up.
You gonna play the game till you can get the fuck on. This is what you doing. Is essentially what you just said.
I mean,
If you can dip out of here when your kids get it, you dipping. You playing the game till
to be,
you got other means.
I think America is a unique place. And I think America is a unique place because I think it's emboldened everybody that lives here so much that we'll never go for some shit like that. We'll all die. Like, I was thinking of that today too. I was watching something where it was some more that, I hope we don't wake up as slaves shit.
Hmm.
And I was thinking like, okay, if it ever does get to an extreme like that, like, bruh, I'll be long dead before I'm ever a slave. I promise. I guarantee it. I'll be dead.
I feel
Bec-
you.
because that's how Americans are. That's kind of like ingrained in all of us because we I don't know. It's like the nation has literally been built on exactly that. Like our entire history is us dying and killing each other
Oh,
for
Julie
whatever we
Frost.
believe in. Man, we ain't going. We're not going for no shit like that. I gotta have a picture of Trump in my house. Nah. The Gestapo is pulling up and slapping the shit out of you and your wife because you didn't do what they asked you to do.
Hey, this movie just came out. Not this year. I'm trying to think of the name. I think it was Civil. It was called Civil
Civil War.
something. Civil War. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Civil War. That was
You
just in
seen that
theaters
movie?
earlier. No, I didn't see it.
So basically, uh, America was at war with itself within,
Mm-hmm.
and the president unleashed the army on the states, and you had some part of the army was riding with him to the end, and some part was trying to get at his ass. And of course, you had these pocket states that was acting like that shit wasn't happening, and then you had these, of course, them pocket places where they was riding with, you know. It was this one part where them people in that excursion ran up on these dudes. So they got a mixed cast. They had a Philippine, that Mexican, and basically it was these clear people who asked him where they was born at. One of the dudes, he asked him his name and where he was born at, and he didn't like the answer, so he bopped him. And he turned to the other Hispanic dude, asked him where he was born at. He didn't like the answer. He was finna bop him too. So I pray that we don't go. I hope we don't go through nothing like this, because boy, oh boy. Not saying because of Trump, but I'm just saying, period. At any time, anything like this has the potential, because you never know
You
what could
saw this
set
whole you
somebody
went to the
off in a
movies and saw
position of
this?
power. Yeah, no, I saw it on home. It's on one of them streaming
Is it really?
platforms. Yeah, might be on. Yeah, right there. My man from that's when he finna
Yeah,
bop
that
them.
dude
He
here.
asked him.
Yeah. I
Yeah, he
remember
was in
this in the
Breaking
trailer.
Bad.
Yeah, he was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he always playing a weird dude.
Yeah.
And the reason how they ran up, you see, he bopped one of them already and was finna bop another. But yeah, that was a kind of a deep movie. Cali and Texas team. That would never. You're right. That would never happen, because them
Yeah,
Texas. It's a few states who think they already their own country, and
yeah,
Texas is damn near one of them.
I remember the discussions about Texas seceding from the nation, but I don't think that'll ever happen either. Even though Texas is big as shit, but
Texas is huge, dog. Texas, dog. Have you ever heard the discussion on the map and the size of places and stuff? Why they make stuff seem the size that it is, and it really
in terms of the continents, yeah, I have heard.
yeah, it really sways your view on how big places is, because Russia is ginormous.
Yeah,
I'm talking about ginormous.
yeah.
Texas is huge as well. Texas has every I want to say Texas has every climate. It has the desert, has swamps, it has mountains.
Doesn't it even cross? Doesn't it? Doesn't Texas reside in two different time zones, or am I wrong?
I'm not sure about that offhand.
Because
I want to
I
say
know they have mountain time or something.
mountain and western.
Says statehood is forever if you follow the Constitution.
Yeah, but Texas has every climate, which is crazy.
Yeah, Texas is huge. I don't foresee anything like that happening though, man. I think it's just fantasy. I
Then he
think
said you can fit the entire population of the earth in Texas.
what?
Texas is huge. Texas and Alaska are ginormous.
Alaska?
Alaska is huge.
They don't make it look huge on the
They
map.
don't. They don't.
Yeah, the map is weird. That's a whole other discussion
Of course.
because they were talking about that you could down. He said with room to spare. Yeah, I agree with that too. It would be Florida and
Florida
Texas
and
because they are
Texas.
very similar in their, they
No,
want
it'd be more. It'd be like Texas,
Florida.
Arkansas.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
It'll be
it'd be a couple of them states that's gonna
Georgia.
come together, yeah, and band up. Mississippi,
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be a couple of them.
that's a
That's why
fact.
y'all better get y'all whistles while y'all can.
Man, I only got two hands, and so do you.
Shit,
Unless
I
you.
ain't got enough whistles. You could never have
So
enough.
what's your philosophy on the gun thing? Why?
What,
Why
what do you
have so
mean?
many?
I like guns, and
Right. So do
I
you
like guns.
what do you advise like every American to have like the amount of guns that you have? Is that what you're trying to
I
say?
would advise every American to have different types of weapons. I would advise you to have a long gun, a revolver, a pistol, one of each class.
Man,
Shotty, long
Rasul, you
gun,
in Long
rifle.
Beach. You in Long Beach. It's only 8 o'clock. It's only 10 o'clock there, man. Come on, man. Hop on the live, man. Where you at? I'm calling you out. Yeah, I wanna
Everybody need guns.
but how many though?
Well, like you said, you only got two hands. I got enough. I don't have enough. Let me take that back. My wife might think I got enough. She thought I had enough probably 5 guns ago, but I don't have enough. I definitely want more. I just like firearms.
He said I'm looking crazy right now. Man, don't nobody care nothing about that, man. We- My dog is sitting there with a broom next to him. Don't nobody care, man.
Oh my god.
Half wake,
This
half sleep.
goddamn bro.
But no, I mean, I do.
And and don't just have them boys. Know how to use those boys.
That's another fact. I heard this statistic the other day. So, what you think about women owning guns? Like, you think they should all have guns too, or no?
Yeah.
So, I heard this stat that says, just statistically, women usually have their guns used on them more
It all
often than they
depends.
use
It all
them.
depends on how the type of woman. So I heard this story about this chick. This was big in the news. This was a California Chicago police lady.
He said, I think every American should have a Patriot missile system.
It's a Chicago police lady. She was off duty. She heard some tussling outside. I think she was taking out the garbage. Some broke off in front of her house. She tried to alleviate it. One of the dudes who was fighting somebody else, I think she told him she had a pistol, showed it. Dude ended up trying to take her whistle. She bopped his ass twice. This nigga begging for her life. So it all depends on the person. You definitely need knowledge.
And training for real. The gun
And
range, because just learn.
you can never get too much. You can never get too much practice or training with a gun.
I used to sit in the room, like when I first got my pistol, I used to sit at the desk and just reload it over and over again. Like, meaning, put one in the head, take it out,
Mhm.
put it back in the clip, pop it
Yeah,
back in.
get familiar with all of those so you can do
And
that shit with your eyes closed.
after I had that desk pop, it scared the shit out of me because it made me realize that it's that easy to make the mistake. And if you don't know how to handle that motherfucker, it could be
Yeah,
fatal. I shot the gun into the refrigerator, but I mean, I had the wherewithal to know not to point it at anybody,
right.
but that scared the shit out of me. And then another thing that taught me was that the concuss from just the sound of a gun
Uh-huh.
is another thing that people don't consider. That shit bothers your body.
Well, that's where you need to keep shooting it. So that reflex, that sound, that hit, you can get used to that.
Yeah. I mean, I got used to the sound, but like the sound didn't necessarily scare me or nothing. But what I'm saying is, it literally did something to me. It made me feel sick or something, like, or it
Mm.
made me feel tired. Like it drained all the energy out of my body. It was so loud and I don't know how to explain it. You don't know what? You never experienced nothing like that?
Yeah, after going to the gun range, being in the there in the rain and getting beat up by all that shit,
Yeah,
it
it made your
wears on
body
you.
tired. Yeah,
Yeah,
cause that when I had the desk pop, I was like, bruh, I wanted to lay down for the rest of the day, but I had to
you
finish
scared the
working.
shit out of yourself.
Yeah,
That's
that's
mainly what it was. You scared of this. You scared yourself,
oh.
and it happened so easily like that. Internally, your mind was terrified.
I didn't know you were back. Infinity Gaming said that's why he loved living in Florida because the state and the local authorities encourage gun ownership. Michigan is another place that's real liberal with the gun thing because we can open carry here and it don't matter. You could walk down the
You
street
can
with a
open
shotgun
carry a
here.
long gun, not a
Yeah,
short gun.
long gun. Yeah, we could walk down the street with shotguns. We could have the shotgun racks on the back of our truck. I think Florida's the same exact way though, and I think
Yeah,
Texas is the same exact way in that regard. You could walk. I don't even think in Texas. I don't even think CCWs is a thing, right?
that's one of the reasons why DMX said he moved to Arizona.
Right, right. Because you don't even have to get. You could just have guns. We gotta get CCWs for the short guns. Anything
Yeah.
classified as a pistol, but shotgun rifles, we good.
One day we was sitting on the porch and this dude came walking down the block. This lady and his kid. They was going to Family Dollar. He had they got these
Carbine.
carbines that fold up. He had it on his back.
I told you when I was in the car wash that one girl pulled up in a Caprice or something, and
Hmm.
she got out and they was cleaning her inside her car. She sat next to me with that bitch hoisted over her shoulder.
A full AR.
It was a baby though. It wasn't the full size. I can't
Oh,
remember. I remember I sent you a picture of it and you told me exactly what it was.
mm,
But
AR pistol.
I thought that shit yeah, I thought that shit was pretty interesting to me though.
But that's still considered a pistol.
Yeah, because it's
That's
the
not a
short
long gun no more,
yeah.
unless the barrel was long enough.
But she had that bitch out in the open.
Yeah, I definitely advise that. I've been trying to tell y'all niggas for forever. Let's get into these whistles.
I mean, I want more. It's just an expensive hobby. You speaking from a place of privilege again, brother.
No, no, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Guns are not cheap at all.
He
Oh, my
said
guns weren't expensive.
he said
And
that
then
they can't open carry in Florida unless you're doing those things, but
Yeah,
they can
it's Infinity. It's funny. I've seen these videos where these fishermen, they be doing that shit on purpose. They be out with their ERs walking on the beach. The police running up to them. Fuck is you doing? Trying to take their weapons, and they don't even know the law themselves.
so they're trying to audit them.
Because yes, so that law is while you're going from your fishing location to destination to fishing, you can open carry because of the wildlife in Florida. That's mainly what that's because Florida has
Everything.
uh everything, yes. And that's why they have that in place for that specific reason. But a lot of police don't know that law. And they come up trying to check people. And they're like, nigga, you don't even know the own law. You sad.
To
how do
be
y'all feel
honest,
about
go ahead.
how do y'all feel about them possibly implementing a rule to where teachers need to be trained and and firearms?
I don't know if I like that because just like kids snap, a teacher can snap too. And now they got a pistol.
What you
If
I
think
mean,
that
anything,
a
just
teacher,
put the
a teacher
police.
can snap any day and come in and walk in with a pistol, though.
But
having it on you is different than being able to walk in with it though, because it becomes less of a premeditation and becomes more of an instant reaction. Like so, I went to a pretty wild high school, and I've seen teachers fight students. I've seen security guards fight students. I've seen students swing on teachers. Like imagine it. Like I saw this one day. I was standing at the bus stop outside of the school. It was probably 3 o'clock. I seen a car full of dudes pull up on Grand River. 3 niggas jump out and they ran in the side door. I don't know what they doing. Then they all run back out and get in the car.
In the
I
side
could
door of the school.
side door to school. I get on the bus and I go home. The next day I get to the school, find out they ran in and they swung on a female teacher.
What the fuck?
So when I think about
That's sad.
shit like that, like I feel like especially in hood schools, that's all I'm thinking about. When you start talking about schools in general, that becomes you can have that conversation a little more reasonably, I think. But if you're talking about Redford, you're talking about Henry Ford over here on the west side, or you're talking about Denby or something, hell no. Because there's gonna be so many cases of these teachers defending themselves and killing the shit out of teachers, and what I would be afraid of is some sort of accidental killing.
Or what if the student trying to run up and take the teacher pistol
And that
just
was
because they
another
know they
thing
holding?
I heard a person make that argument too. Because it's
So
the
I
same.
think you need the
That's the
police,
same
but
reason
not a teacher doing not a
they
teacher
don't even
killing.
let COs carry pistols on the block.
Tomorrow in jail.
Yeah, because they don't want the prisoners to come and take the pistol from them.
Oh yeah, because they outnumbered. So
Yeah, facts. And it's kind of the same for the teachers. I'm not trying to make it seem like these high schools in the inner city are prisons, but what I'm saying is, dog, the 4 years I spent in high school was some of the wildest shit I've ever seen to date. Them kids were insane, my dog. And I would not like to add a gun to that equation. Now, if you're saying add a gun to not go lightly, what's the name of the one school? The art school down here. I forget the name of it. You know where you adding guns to Cass. It's a little different. It's not the Wild Wild West in those schools, and the teachers would be better equipped to protect the students. I understand that argument.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope because the only reason that I'm not for it is because teachers typically the teacher's not signing up for that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
The
yeah.
teacher's not signing up for learning how to um, handle a firearm, and then you have some teachers, some people in general that are scared of firearms. They don't even want to be nowhere near them. They're scared to handle them. They're scared to touch them. They're scared to be near them. Some people are traumatized from firearms. They don't want to be around them at all. So that would be the only reason. That would be one of the reasons that I wouldn't advocate for that for teachers, because they didn't sign up for that. I signed up. I came here to be a teacher, to educate. I ain't come here to also police the school.
Now you're adding a whole other layer
Yeah,
to
you
my
adding a
job.
whole different. Yeah, you adding a whole nother element to my job.
And to
And,
me, I would have to say, if you add that type of responsibility, you got to pay them more.
yeah, absolutely. They already underpaid to me, in my opinion, as it is. But you
Yeah.
definitely will have to pay them more. Now, police presence is a whole different thing, but putting that responsibility on the teachers, I don't agree with.
Infinity Gaming says in Florida, we have the Guardian program. Every school has a police officer and an armed security officer that has to go through the same training as police.
And I
And
believe it. And I believe in that. I believe every school should have that, regardless of whether you're in a bad neighborhood, good neighborhood,
or
regardless.
not, yeah.
I think every school, I think that should be a part of their budget. Every school should have two armed guards,
Minimum.
minimum two.
I
And I
agree with
think that
that.
should be a part of the budget.
I think about that all the time, man, as having two school-age children. We like to think that these schools are secure. Yeah, they have all these locked doors. They got bulletproof glass in a lot of the doors.
Yeah,
But, bruh, first of all, if you're a criminal, you're good at crime a lot of times. So you
if
know
it's
how
the way in, you're gonna find it.
you're going to find a way in, or you're going to find a way to do some damage if that's your goal.
Yep.
And then it's so easy to infiltrate. I think about it all the time, even when I'm entering the school. Like,
Yeah.
if I was on some bullshit right now, I could walk into the school and destroy like 30 families if I
Go
wanted to.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
would never do some shit like that, but I'm just saying, like,
Hypothetically.
all this security that they have, quote unquote, where the doors are locked and you got to ring a buzzer now and the
Yeah.
windows are thick and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's like, You're only as strong as the weakest link. So if I just get in, which I do all the time,
Yeah.
I've been walking around the school, just walking around, and nobody said anything to me. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm reminded of one of the stories that I did. I did a story on where, you had a husband, he was married, he met his wife at church, and then the whole time he was abusive. They ended up divorcing. She worked out of school. Wife worked out of school. He knew she worked at the school. Now he comes up there. They have all these protocols, safety protocols in place, locked doors and such, and everything is cut off. The main hallways are cut off from the lobby via lock and stuff like that. But the staff knows that he is the husband of one of the teachers that work there. Now,
yeah.
they don't know that they divorced. They going through, this tumultuous, terrible breakup. They don't know that they at odds. So he comes to the front desk. He like, I'm here to see my wife. They let him in because they don't know all the other stuff is going on. He gets to the classroom, don't even say nothing. He walk in, pull out a revolver, fire, let off into the teacher. Just so happens two other little students are standing nearby. They get hit too.
Oh man.
One of them dies. In addition to her. So I think about that situation as well. Like you said, they got all these protocols in place, but honestly, there's nothing you can really do. If somebody wants to get something done, they're gonna get something done. And I just feel like having 2 armed guards in every school and having somebody know that's a deterrent in itself. Just knowing that you got to deal with 2 armed guards in whatever school you walk into.
I wanted to say 2 things real quick after I read his comment. Infinity Gaming says I would say the sheriffs in Florida are on a whole other level of fuck around and find out, especially with schools, and I like that. I won't lie.
Yeah,
But
I like that too.
so last year, I don't know. I think it was last school year when my oldest son was in first grade. Like the first week or 2 of school, every day I was dropping my son off, there was a police officer outside the school, and I don't know why. I still don't know why, but I did like it. Every time I would pull up, it was a white guy outside his car. He was either sitting in his car or he was kind of standing on the sidewalk next to it, kind of just observing. He wasn't involved
Yeah.
with anything. He was just there. And I don't know why. I don't know if something had happened or whatever, but it did make me feel more comfortable because I'm like, I know he's at least going to like make somebody think twice today.
A presence. Yeah, just the presence of him being there.
And it
Is
only
a
lasted.
deterrent.
Yeah, it only lasted for a couple weeks. I don't know. Like I said, it must have been tied to maybe something happened in the neighborhood or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that made me feel good. But I was going to say, he mentioned earlier this comment here about the Guardian program in Florida. We didn't have anything like that in my high school. I went to high school between 2002 and 2006. My high school literally sat, if anybody's here from Detroit, it was on Grand River and 6 Mile. My school was on the south side of Grand River, literally right across the street, right in front of the school, was a police precinct. And even with that presence, and that had the police officers in our school all the time. Like they would be at the front door some mornings, they would be in the school standing in the hallway, and my school still
Had problems.
dog, people was bringing guns to school all the time.
Yeah.
People was beating the shit out of security guards. We talking about little boys, 14, not 14, maybe the 17, 16-year-olds. They're fighting with the security guards. They're like, I mean, they're not beating the shit out of them. I'm not saying like they were manhandling the security guards, but what I'm saying is they're scrapping with security. These kids is not scared, bro.
At all.
And that's why I'm like, oh man, I don't know what type of situation I found myself in getting into this fucked up school.
Yeah. I don't know why that program, the Guardian program, I don't know why that's not federally mandated across the country for there to be armed guards in every single school across the country. Put it in the budget, make the city pay for it, however you got to get it done. But I think that should be, because kid safety I would think would be number 1 on the list, especially in this country where we've had the most mass shootings in schools across any country ever. You know what I'm saying? So why not just go ahead, federally mandated, make it a law. Every school has to have, take it out of the city budget, take it out of the, whatever, but state budget, whatever you got to do, and just make it, a federal mandate.
Yeah.
That in itself, like you said, it's a deterrent, knowing that, all right, if I got to get some shit off, now I know I got to go through 2 armed guards, no matter what school I roll up to.
Mm-hmm. Every time.
Every time.
I wish they had that in my school. I kind of feel like I'm tired of giving them this excuse to lean on, but I kind of feel like it's a budgeting thing.
It's yeah.
But that's, man, come on, man. All the stuff that this country and these cities, these states find the money to do.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Yeah, that ain't a budgeting issue. As much drug money as just y'all confiscating, y'all can use a little of that bread to pay some police officers to sit at a school.
You're saying the police departments?
Yeah, use that drug money.
Hey, that don't sound like a bad idea to me.
They gonna use it anyway. All that forfeited money get thrown back into the police station.
When he was in high school, only high schools had officers, and then he said, Sheriff Grady Judd, where I live, started the program, and the state adopted it.
That's good.
I would love for that to be a thing for these elementary and middle schools.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well need it at every level, because you hear about parents coming up there to fight little kids over online issues. Mm-hmm. So I would say put it at damn near every level, because you never know.
Yeah.
And when I was in high school, we were sneaking in other interests. So, like you were saying, you gonna find a way to get in there.
That's what you're saying. Like, it don't matter if you're a criminal, or you're a career criminal, or you just determined enough. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find a way to get in. I might not get it. Might not be able to get in. Okay, but I'm gonna wait for somebody. I'm gonna wait for a parent to come up here. Maybe they getting their kid out early. Maybe they getting buzzed in. I'm gonna wait for them to get buzzed in, and I'm coming in right behind them. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that. So I think having these implements in place would definitely make, at least, like you said, make a person think twice about whatever it is that you have planned.
But that's another reason why I think community is so important. No, I'm not trying to sound cliche, but when I make my presence, I've said this plenty of times, I make my presence at that school known for a very specific set of reasons. I want the staff to know who I am, because I want that to be some sort of added consideration for my children.
Yeah.
The better that the staff know me, the better the staff will know my kids, which means it ultimately would give them some sort of advantage, or some sort of, recognition, to where they'll be like, oh, that's his dad. Yeah. And it'll probably get problems handled quicker. But also, if I'm familiar with the other parents, because I've made friends, I got numbers in my phone, and I know a lot of the parents in one way or the other. And that kind of makes it easier too to kind of monitor what's going on. Like, because if I see a strange face and you looking like, what are you doing? Like, why are you coming in here? Because I look all the time, like you said, when a parent is getting buzzed in and somebody else is trying to enter, I had to, because I hold the door for people. I guess I'm a nice guy or some shit. But in those instances, I'm like, I got to stop doing that, because I don't know who the fuck this is.
Yep.
Sometimes. But like I said, now that I've been around that school for so many years now, literally 4 years now, I've been on that campus, like, I damn near know when there's a newcomer, and it's like I'm purposely looking out for the new faces.
Yeah.
Because that scares the shit out of me, man. Having my baby in a school that, they're trying to secure it, but first of all, it's like a mostly woman presence, though. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be sexist, but bro,
that's facts. That's a fact, and I believe a lot of shooters know that. They go into it knowing that there's mostly going to be a female presence. At bare minimum, they may have to deal with 3 or 4 males there, but I believe criminals take that into consideration too. You said where 99.9% of mass shootings take place gun-free zones. We have all the gun laws we need, but crazy people don't care about laws, and that's a fact. Nobody
Exactly.
cares about. I don't care about whatever the law is in this state.
We don't have strict enough. I know if you want to get a gun, you can get a gun, but there
Yeah,
can be stricter gun laws on the books.
yeah, and that's what
'Cause
people were advocating for when all this
They
shooting
need to
started.
start doing psychology testing on these people. If you have
Absolutely.
any misdemeanor violence against women, those be the people that be going to cop the gun and then go bop her the next day.
Stop all this. Stop all this. You came in here today. You get a gun today. Nah, sorry. You gotta wait. We need to do this background check. We need to run your history. We need to know who your family is. We got to do this.
OJ, you agree
Whatever
with
it
that?
takes.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
kind of
definitely
surprised. I'm surprised that you agree with that.
because you got people with mental health issues that definitely don't need to. I ain't gonna say maybe don't need to carry, but maybe you should look into their background a little deeper.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just like the boy here. Was that here where they had the mass shooting? And then they ended up getting his parents and locking them up as well because they knew he had mental health issues, and didn't address it. And like that's a big thing. Like you said, just take the time. Take the time.
You said that was here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I
here.
know what you're talking about.
That was
The college shooter, right?
No, it was a
no
high school. Some of the
high
high
school.
school boy that the
Yeah,
parents had ran down the Eastern Market to hide.
yeah,
What?
that
Yeah,
was
they was
here.
hiding. They was hiding off Gratiot, somewhere around Eastern Market at one of their friends' house or something like that. But now I think they got sentenced already
What? I
because
don't know.
They did.
basically
He got sentenced this year.
they basically
Pull it
knew
up, Derek. You looking it up? Oh,
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
yeah.
they
Pull it up when you find it,
basically
because I
they
didn't. I
kind of
didn't
was
know
in the
about
know
this.
of what their son was going through. And I think the school had called and told him and gave them warnings, and they did nothing.
They
So I
did
think
nothing.
they held him accountable. I think the mama bought the little boy the pistol
Ethan
for his
Crumley,
birthday.
name. I'm pulling up a small little article now. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. Let
The Infinity
me.
Gaming says, I do feel better when I drop my daughter off at an elementary school and I see a deputy and a security officer standing there. That's facts.
You know what Detroit police do a lot? I don't know if y'all realize it. A lot of times Detroit police, even around mostly around Wayne State area over there, they park a lot of empty vehicles around.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And what do that make you do? That
Makes you
makes you
think
like
twice.
exactly,
Make you
because you
tighten up.
don't know. I know they
You don't
empty,
know. Yeah,
but
exactly.
everybody ain't
You don't
knowing
know that.
because the
You can think
tents.
he
Right.
possibly inside somewhere. He possibly stationed somewhere. It makes you think
Exactly.
twice.
My
Yeah.
pops hit me to that when I was a kid because I never noticed, but he told me that. And he said they do stuff like that to like make people think twice about stealing
It's a
that car.
deterrent.
Or
Yep.
but then I noticed it too, outside of Walmarts and Targets. Like, outside of Walmart or Sam's Club or something where it'd be a
Yes.
police
Yep.
car.
I've seen
Like
it
it's
too.
nobody in that car.
Yeah,
Or-
No,
nobody.
but I know on 8 Mile, that Sam's Club, it's always a Southport police officer up there.
Yeah, that Walmart that's in Dearborn, I've seen an empty car. Now I don't know if maybe they are somewhere in the area, maybe they might be in the office or something. Because
Yeah.
that's another thing I learned watching this motherfucker's videos, Derek. When he do those surveillance camera videos, when you were talking about remember the one
Oh,
video you did about the girl stealing from Target?
yeah.
What I
Yeah.
found out watching those types of videos was that the police have offices in those stores.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot like Walmart can pay for that. They can pay,
Yeah.
they can budget that in.
Yep.
Okay.
Extra added security measure. But here's
Yeah,
the
so
here's the sentencing right here. I think at least.
In our American legal system, a judge has sentenced the parents of a Michigan school shooter to up to 15 years in prison for their role in the 2021 killing of 4 students. Now, the jury found that Jennifer and James Crumley failed to take steps to prevent the mass shooting that was by their son.
KTLA's Lauren Lister has more on this historic case.
Your Honor, I request that the maximum sentence be enforced, as it will never come close to the life sentence I was given.
An emotional statement made in court by one of the young victims, as both Jennifer
Wait.
and Crumley, parents of a Michigan school shooter.
Pause that right quick. That's the mother?
That's
That
the
was the
mother and the
mother
daddy.
of one of the students that got killed.
Oh, I thought you were talking about them two.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was talking about the life sentence
See,
that they
of
inflicted
not
upon
having her
her
kid.
child.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what did the parents get sentenced to? Go ahead.
Uh,
Let's play
yeah.
the video.
Sentenced to prison for their roles. The Crumbleys each taking a turn to speak.
I sit here today to express my deepest sorrow for the family of Hannah, Tate, Madison, Justin, and to all those affected.
Please know that I am truly very sorry. I am sorry for your loss as a result of what my son did.
The Crumbly's 15-year-old son Ethan pulled a handgun from his backpack at his Michigan high school one day in November 2021 and started shooting, later pleading guilty to murdering 4 classmates.
That's not too far. Oxford is around us. It's not too far from us.
Both of his parents found guilty of involuntary manslaughter after prosecutors presented evidence of an unsecured gun at home and indifference towards their son's mental health.
Parents are not expected to be psychic. But these convictions are not about poor parenting. These convictions confirm repeated acts or lack of acts that could have halted an oncoming runaway train.
This verdict and this sentence is a really big deal.
KTLA legal analyst Allison Treasel reacting, saying when it comes to the parents of a child involved in a mass shooting being held responsible for their actions or inactions that led to it,
it is the first time in America that parents have been found criminally responsible. Although this is the first in the country, I do not believe that it will be the last.
Lauren Lister, KTLA 5 News.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's a prime example of what we're talking about. Prime example. So the parents knew, your kid has psychological and mental health issues.
Not only the school was telling him too. The school was contacting him. He was having issues at school, all that kind of stuff.
So not only did you not secure handguns, but I believe they said, if I remember correctly, I believe they said that the father bought him one.
I thought it was the mother or the father that bought him a gun. I think a couple months before.
The mother bought him a gun, and then she told him, and they found out later in text messages, like, just don't get caught. It was some wild text messages that the mother was sending her son. So the whole time you knew that your son was basically a loose cannon walking around, and you gave him the rocket. So it's like, we gotta put a muzzle on this somewhere at some point. I think you're absolutely right. We gotta stricter gun laws, especially for underage minors. And if you a parent like that and you getting caught up and you giving your kid a gun, lock you up too.
Mm-hmm.
Lock you up too. Now that's 4 students that's dead, 4 students gone, because your son decided to walk in and blast them all because.
And countless number of people that's gonna be affected for the rest of their life.
Man, it just the trauma that brought to other students too that saw
right to see it.
Says most of the mass shooters that are kids are getting guns due to the parents not securing their weapons properly. That's a fact. Take the Vegas shooter. The guy was wealthy and had no medical issues. They couldn't find any reason why the guy did it and had no past issues with mental health issues to this day. They still don't know why. Yeah, I remember that Vegas shooting. That was a weird case. I remember them going deep into detail too. Finding the room that he was in. I remember
MK Ultra.
What? MK Ultra.
You don't know what MK Ultra is?
Killer Instinct.
Oh, Joe, you definitely know what MK Ultra is. MK Ultra is a conspiracy theory. I'll just say it like that.
Okay.
The government use a concoction of drugs to control people. They have like sleeper cells and agents that do things that they want them to do.
Oh, I can see. I believe all that kind of stuff. But I know one thing that came out of that Vegas shooting. So the dude used a bump stock. If y'all don't know what that is, it turns a long gun. You take your stock off. You install this bump stock. The bump stock has basically the way you use it, you utilize it, it turns it down into an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
And from that shooting, they tried to ban those, and I think the ban just got reversed earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. The ban on bump stocks.
So it says MK Ultra was a human experimentation program designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency to develop procedures and identify drugs that could be used during interrogations to weaken individuals and force confessions through brainwashing and psychological torture. The term MK Ultra is a CIA cryptonym. MK is an arbitrary prefix standing for the Office of Technical Service, and Ultra as an arbitrary word out of the dictionary to denominate this project. It's a lot deeper than that because I don't know how true any of this stuff is, obviously, because I'm just a guy, but MK Ultra is suspected to be something that the government uses to enact all sorts of different tragedies and happenings.
Mm-hmm.
They say MK Ultra has something to do with John Lennon getting killed. MK Ultra is what the Helter Skelter murders was about. MK Ultra was what was I just watching the other day? They said the MK Ultra. Oh, we were talking about. Remember when Citron got on Hell Divers with us, and we were talking about Mitch McConnell? Remember that time he was on stage or he was on the podium talking, and he just froze up, and he was just standing there like his brain had just stopped or something. You remember that, Derek? Mitch McConnell when his he said you're right. The Supreme Court overturned. They overturned what? What were you guys?
The ban on bump stocks. Because they
Mm.
tried to make it illegal just because he used those. He used bump stock to for that crime. And I can't remember but it just got overturned. They was trying to ban that. They were trying to actually ban a lot of different type of stocks.
I thought bump stocks were still illegal. I didn't even know it got overturned.
Yeah, it got overturned.
But yeah, MK Ultra.
What were you saying about Mitch McConnell?
When he froze up. Remember we were talking about that? He was standing
Yeah.
there. Let me see.
Yeah, I did a video on that when he froze up, and they thought they had to basically bring old girl out there to get him off the stage because they didn't know what was happening to him.
One of these days we can get into some conspiracy shit. Yes. I'm deep in that rabbit hole all the time. I try not to be so much anymore because that shit'll make you lose your mind. My cuz said he saw that too. Jalen Rose and Shaq he said he saw this wrestler freeze too. Man, I don't know. I don't put this stuff beyond the realm of possibilities. There's this book that I have that Candace Owens actually suggested. Hold on one second. Where is it? Here it is. So, this book here, Candace Owens, I watch her a lot, and she got to talking about 9/11. She got to talking about a lot of different stuff, and she suggested this book here. And she was talking about the Charles Manson murders, which is the Helter Skelter thing I mentioned, and that goes all the way back to the '60s when he killed Sharon Tate or whatever that actress name was in Hollywood. They made that movie about it where Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio did that movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was kind of like a different take on those events where Charles Manson took those women out into Hollywood and they started breaking into houses and they killed a bunch of people in the night. And they were saying that all of this was enacted by the CIA because of MK Ultra. They're like agents of the state. But they frame it up to be like these are just random acts of passion or something, but it isn't that. And it get deep. Like I said, I have no way of substantiating this stuff, but this book apparently talks about it. I have not read it yet. I ordered it, and I only opened it to show somebody, but I am going to sit down and read it. And I kind of feel like that's not too far outside the realm of possibilities.
Y'all see what Infinity talking about? He said if y'all got a video of Mitch freezing.
Let me see if I can find it right quick. I think Mitch McConnell is old as shit. He's like,
I think he's just froze because he old as hell, and he needs to go sit his ass down. They need to pack him up. That's
You
what I
had a stroke on stage or some shit.
So
Yeah.
Brain fart.
Here's the video of him freezing. He was talking.
The NDA.
That's the other one. It's two.
This week.
Oh yeah, he did do it twice. You're right.
Cooperation.
This is the second one you said?
Yep, that's the second one.
Wait, so what's the first one? This one here?
Right there. Yep, that's the first one.
Oh,
Or
no,
it's either or.
Yeah,
it's
this
either
is
way.
the second
This
one.
was the second one or that. Yeah.
So I'm a one.
Path to finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of.
All right, bet I'll look it up, Rasul. And look
That
at him.
nigga, he drifted off into the darkness.
But this is what happened when you got people sitting in seats of power and they're like 98 years old.
Yeah.
You see the people behind them are like, what the fuck?
You aged out. It's time to pack him up. Get him out of here.
Anything else you want to say?
Pack him all the way up.
He don't even know where he is. He said, no, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah, he don't even know what's going on exactly.
And then what's this one? I don't even think I saw this one.
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you.
That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026?
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Oh my God.
Nobody is home.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
This is not funny. I'm so sorry.
All right,
Let me
I'm sorry,
mute my
y'all. You
mic.
need a minute?
Pack him up.
Benny.
Here's my thing. If you're his family, why
do
would
you got him out there?
Allow him to continue to go out there looking like this, bro.
That's where Joe Biden was headed. But let me look up.
Oh, definitely. Sleepy
But
Joe.
there need to be something in the clause. There need to be something
It
in the
needs to be
clause
an
where if we deem you medically unfit,
Yes.
you out. Despite it shouldn't be age. It should be period. If we deem you medically unable to do your job, it can't be no. Bro. Oh my God.
What the fuck is
That
this?
look like a wax figurine, dog. That is not a real person.
Hold on, cuz.
That looked like a wax figure.
It does.
That looks so fake.
You look like a Sam's character right there, bro.
Hold on, bro.
It don't even look real.
By Şengün out the end of the front court. The basketball. Look at this pass intended for LeBron. He's got it.
I don't know if this has anything to do with it. I don't, I never saw the Jalen Rose. Is that the one you was talking about?
What's the other one under it? Is that another video of it? I mean, over it.
Over this one right here?
No, go down one more.
Oh,
yeah,
this?
that. Oh, I thought he was. That's something. He did it twice or something.
No, this is just.
Oh,
I think this
okay.
is just laughing by his facial expression. I don't know, dude.
That looked like a wax figure.
It does. It looks creepy. It looks like a cadaver.
I think he just zoned out while they was
Fixing
getting
his
him
mic.
ready.
Yeah.
Getting him ready to speak. But that is creepy though.
Man, y'all gotta look. Y'all
He said
gotta look.
Alzheimer's. MK Ultra. Yeah.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell was old as hell. But y'all gotta start. Man, I wish we had enough time to sit and watch this episode that Candace Owens did about 9/11 and this documentary I found. Like I damn near want to start doing shit like that, but I don't know how the logistics of something like that would work. But bruh, interesting stuff. The stuff that the way that she lay her research out makes it way. I'm not doing it justice at all.
She's a good journalist.
Yeah, she is. Would you vote for her if she ever ran?
Ran for what?
President. She says she never would, but I've heard that people ask.
Probably not.
She's still a woman. That's why you say
And
that.
I love Candace Owens, but probably not. She's still a woman.
Yeah, I like her.
Why are you shaking your head, Ocho? Go ahead, speak your mind.
It's big and heavy.
What? Oh, your head? That's what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, no, I don't believe a woman should be running this country. Period. You can. There's nobody on this earth that can convince me of that. Y'all saw what happened directly after it was announced that Trump had won. Y'all saw all these other nations basically come out and congratulate him. That would not have happened if Kamala had won. It would be
Putin said that he hoped that she won. Oh, no.
Putin ain't say that.
Putin said that he hoped Biden won. That's what he said.
Oh yeah, I can
Months and
see
months
that.
ago, before Biden dropped out, he was like, "I hope he won," because he didn't want Trump back.
Yeah, that's because Trump ain't for that bullshit. Ain't no. You either come to the table and negotiate, or we're gonna handle this shit the way we're gonna handle it. But ain't Trump ain't here for none of that bullshit. But the way that these other countries responded to Trump winning,
They always do that.
Because sexy as hell she is.
Candace Owens, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I said the same thing. I was watching one of the episodes by myself, and I literally said out loud, like, I want to have sex with her so bad.
Candace Owens, man, she got that presidential cooch, them presidential yams, them sophisticated yams. Candy Owens. But no, the other countries was not about to respect Kamala winning. It just wasn't gonna happen. I'm sorry. They don't want to sit down in a room with her, with no woman. It's just the way it is. They don't even play that in other countries. They don't respect that.
I'm not gonna say nothing until Brazil says something. And he fighting so hard on the inside.
They don't respect that.
Man, for real, Rasu, I don't know if you know anything about Candace Owens, dude, but I have her babies. God damn it. Shit, I love her. It's something about her. Like, I don't agree with everything that she say, because sometimes I'm like, nah. It's very rare. I'm gonna be honest.
It is very rare that I disagree with her.
Maybe 6 years ago, I disagree with her a lot. But nowadays, I agree with a lot of things that she says and the way that she approaches them. And at first, I thought she was like a self-hating, like she just hate black people. But the more that I listen to her, the more that I realize that that's not true. I think what she just wants is that she wants us to stop being so
misinformed and divisive.
Identity political. Like we're so wrapped up. We're so wrapped up in just
Beyonce's internet, as the young people say.
And I understand a lot of her viewpoints, but it's just I don't know. I just think what I'm starting to realize is that I just really, really love feminine women. I think it's really just as simple as that. Infinity Gaming says, I can't wait to see Elon on his government spending. What is he? What is he talking about?
He about to get in there and clean this shit up.
What, he got an official government position?
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't hear about? Yeah, you didn't hear that? Brazil, you didn't hear that?
Yeah, Trump putting all his people on.
I didn't know that.
Trump got people in running for jobs. I ain't gonna say running for jobs. He giving people jobs. Say you're a basketball player, and he making you head of the military, Joint Chief. You know what I'm saying? He doing all kind of weird shit.
He said basketball player.
Right.
My cousin Rasul says that he black people are conservative, and that's something that I'm realizing too. I think we have a misconception because we listen to all these young people talk. But I think the majority of black people are conservative, and I never really realized that until, I mean, honestly, I've never really been into politics until later. I mean, I guess it's just because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
But now that I kind of consume a lot of media that talks about this stuff, so I'm kind of like inadvertently learning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even, to be honest, a year ago, I didn't even know what left wing and right wing meant. I didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, that's because now everything is more pronounced, with media and the way things are going. Everything is that much more in the forefront. Like Elon being elected to, basically head up.
Yeah, what's the position? What's it called?
So he picked him and I believe another dude. I don't remember the other dude's name, but it's basically him and this other guy to run the Department of Government Efficiency. Basically, their jobs will be to find out where unnecessary money is getting spent, how to cut back on it, how to conserve.
They
Basically,
already know how to cut back
and
on it.
help them get out of some of this goddamn debt that we're in. And
So
who
what do
better
you
to
think?
do that?
I'm gonna ask Infinity Gaming to chime in too, but I want to know, what do you think that he's gonna cut into? Ojo, you said you already know
I
what
think he's gonna cut into the armed forces,
the military. That's exactly what I think.
every branch, because ain't no need to be training, dog. If you shut them down 1 year, we out of the deficit. That's how much money they spend.
Yep.
He says
Yeah,
Elon is very
as a
intelligent. That guy
flex.
spent $40 billion to buy Twitter as a flex.
As a flex. And you know what they said? And you know what they said in Infinity Gaming? They said that Twitter was going to fail. They said that it was going to it wasn't going to work. They said that people were going to start quitting. They were going to leave Twitter en masse. And guess what? Twitter is thriving. It's thriving any more than it ever has. So they were wrong. They were wrong. They said he was going to fail with Twitter. They said he was about to. Elon said he already figured out $2 trillion of wasteful spending. Yeah, and you can get $1 trillion out of the military easy. Because what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing if y'all not fighting the war?
Practicing.
You
What are we
opposed to
doing?
that,
About
Ojo?
practice.
You opposed to him having that position, Ojo?
I don't know, man. Dog, I'm so confused.
Me too.
I don't
Because I
know.
didn't even know that, but I think what's interesting about him having that. So what I was thinking was, the first thing I'm thinking is, if you get somebody to come into the government and start snooping around and putting their nose where people don't want it to be, that they're going to knock him off. But then what I'm thinking is, like, this is like the second or third richest person on earth. So it's like
Good luck with that.
he is a part of the elite. So
He is
But
a part of the elite. And
and still, I think Elon does have. For some reason, I think he will do and find ways to cut spending, because he's a money man and he didn't get that way by being done with money.
he's a businessman. Very smart, very intelligent.
Russ, who said Elon is an African American, literally. He is. He's more of an African American than we are.
But the same is kind of almost with Trump. Trump is a money man. He's business minded, but he's not afraid to take those risks, and his risks don't always. Well, yeah, he doesn't have a good track record with money, but he is a money man,
Businessman.
So I don't know. I think Elon, but like you said, Red, he might get knocked off.
That's what I'm worried about.
Elon ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna knock him off.
It's kind of a scary thing to do, and I know that's the thing that I don't know what I was watching, but they were talking about that, like, basically the government, I mean the military needs to be audited.
They should have audited.
And they were talking about, like, the cost of, like, M1 Abrams tanks and these helicopters and all of that stuff. And
Absolutely. All this frivolous spending that y'all are doing every single year, year after year after year. And then when we have natural disasters, all of a sudden, just like FEMA needs to be audited, because where the fuck is the money for natural disasters? Now y'all turning away people. Now y'all telling people that had insurance on their homes, oh, we can't pay that. Oh, we ain't got no money for disaster.
No, we literally had a tree on our garage, and they said, no. I told you that?
Yeah.
I know I told Ojo. Did I tell you that?
No.
So when remember the tree fell on the garage at Clover.
Yeah.
And that was from the storm that we had.
Yeah.
And I had a guy come out, look at it, and he looked at the house too and everything. And they was like, no, you're good. You good.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's what I'm
tree.
saying. And where is all this money? We spent billions of dollars were set aside for FEMA just for natural disasters. Where the fuck is all that money? When you start following the money trail, just like now they started talking about Kamala Harris and all this money that the Democrats raised for her campaign. And now they're fucking broke. Now they're saying they don't have none of that money left. Well, where the fuck did it go? Where the fuck did all this money go?
What? He said the government spent $3.5 million to study monkeys on meth. They spent another $10,000 on drag shows. Look up the list Elon found. What?
I believe the monkeys. I definitely believe the monkeys.
What the fuck?
I've been in some dark parts of the net, and I have seen some things.
What the
I have
fuck type of
seen
side of the
some
net?
things.
I've been on some dark parts too, but not them parts. I don't know
I've
where the
seen
fuck
some
you was
things.
at.
I
Then
have seen some things.
he
Have
said
y'all
it is.
seen what's that movie with the dude? Dang, he lost all that money. He was in the movie with Nipsey wife. He married Nipsey wife.
Lauren London. You're talking
Yeah,
about
and
fuck.
Eddie Murphy was her father.
Yeah, you're talking about the fat dude from Superbad.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now.
So he got a movie with another dude where they're they're like getting government contracts for guns and weapons and stuff. I can't remember. It's a pretty good movie. It's almost like it's put you in the mindset of Lord of
Oh,
War
you're
with
talking about the Lord of War type of movie. Yeah.
yeah.
Damn. Where's my phone? I don't even know where my phone is.
See
Oh,
if
there.
I could. You probably do it faster. Yeah, I'll try to look it.
Superbad has. It is Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill was in the War Dogs.
War Dogs. Okay, yeah. So in that movie, basically they're trying to grab these government contracts, firearm contracts, and it's telling how you can win and get in. Once you get in with they money, you ain't got nothing else to worry about. And basically, it was like it's a boys club that all basically they're in on that, and they're getting all this unnecessary fun, buying funds, getting all of this stuff, which is probably true. Because I believe a lot of good fiction is based on facts.
Yes, me too.
Despite how far fetched that shit is, it's based on facts. It's facts.
And he's talking about. And we weren't talking about Nicolas Cage. That's the other one. That's the Lord
Yeah,
of
that's
War.
Lord of War
Pretty
right
much
there.
kind of the same type of movie where he was kind of like trading guns on both sides of a war though.
Yeah, he didn't care. I mean,
Yeah.
he was buying what he was doing was buying guns and firearms from anybody, selling them to anybody and trading them.
Speaking of Lord of War, I mean, we are talking about the same party that didn't we trade Brittany Griner for some incredible armed Lord of War
Russian
in real life?
warlord,
A
yeah,
Russian guy,
something.
yeah. He
Yeah.
was a real live arms dealer.
Yeah, but talk about the dumbass decisions that we've just been making consistently over the years. Like we traded Brittany Griner, a fucking WNBA player.
That's not
Man,
even
all
that
right.
good.
All right, bro.
23.
It wasn't even Caitlin Clark.
You wouldn't want them to do that for you?
Of course, if I was in that position. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, would it make sense to do that? Absolutely not.
I'm about to play this short real quick that he just suggested. I want to see what he's talking about.
2023 Festivus Report. I highly recommend you do a little internet search. Look this up. A whopping $900 billion of waste, including an NIH grant to study Russian cats walking on a treadmill, $200 million to struggling artists like Post Malone, Chris Brown, and Lil Wayne.
Chris Brown is not a struggling artist.
None of them are.
None of them are. But I get it.
But a lot of that stuff is they're gonna find out that those are just fronts, and you was just paying off some people, and that's how you had to do it.
Hold on, bro. What? Hold on. Let's more of this.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back. And what's on tap for today? Well, I've got some hosts. I've got some guests, folks. We've got Rand Paul. We've got Thanos. And if you're wondering what the backdrop is all about, folks, you know, Rand Paul always puts out his Christmas list. He calls it the Festivus, right? And it's basically he airs out all of the pork, all of the additional spending, all the money that goes to waste our money, not the government's money, but your money, my money, our tax dollars, the people's money, how billions and billions and billions of dollars,
Do
and now
y'all
to
know
the
who
tune of
get paid
almost
off
nearly
making a lot of
half a
movies?
trillion dollars
Who?
of our
The government.
hard-earned money
You know
Yeah.
the
is
government
going
funds a
to things
lot of
that you wouldn't even
movies.
know
And
about.
music.
So why the background on Thanos?
Infinity Gaming might get a video
Thanos?
off of me if that's true.
Well, you know what? They actually spent, folks. You're not going to believe this. You're going to have to just
Now that you said that, Brazil, I want to pause this and say that right quick. You know about Stax Records?
I heard of them. That's one of the oldest
Nas
labels
rapped
out there.
about Nas rapped about Stax. Stax Records is started by the government.
Yeah, I forgot what famous dude was on Stacks.
It
It
might have
had to
been
be
Muddy
somebody like
Waters or some shit. I don't
I was
know.
about to say Little Richard or James
Yeah.
Brown or some one of them type came through
Chubby
Stacks.
Checker or some shit. But
Some one of them type, yeah.
that's a government op. That was their thing. And then Candace Owens has been talking a lot about how the government is the ones that control a lot of the Hollywood. Like the movies that we go to the
Yeah.
movies to see, they made that shit. I
They
remember
made it, yeah.
when that one movie, something dark, something Zero Dark 30.
Mm-hmm.
It was about I think that was about Osama bin Laden. I can't remember what it was about, but those are like propaganda movies. They just package them up. They put a budget
As
behind them.
entertainment.
Yeah, it's propaganda though, and its ultimate form. Like,
wait for it as we come back because we're going to get into all of that. But if this is your first time here, we certainly appreciate you tuning in. You're watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I happen to be your humble host for today. My name is Dr. Sheikh. And as I said before,
let's get to it, Dr. Shake.
no wonder our country and our Washington, D.C. elite, no wonder they call it the swamp, the cesspool, the toilet bowl. It just needs to completely be flushed down the toilet, everything about it, basically. Well, folks, hold on to your hats because just listen as we get into the Rand Paul 2002 Festivus Report. So as I said before, this is just the airing of grievances about federal spending, and we talked about it
Yeah, I
at
knew
half a
Festivus was from
trillion
Seinfeld.
dollars, folks, from billions of COVID relief funds that went to ineligible people to, as we talked about it, can you believe it or not, they spent $118,000. Why? To see if this guy here could actually snap his glove with the rings. Remember that from the movie if you haven't watched the Marvel series?
The gems,
And
mean.
things just disappear. So the government somebody actually conned the government into giving him $118,000. I would love to know who that person was. Hire him for some advertising work. Because how do you somebody actually just think about it. The guy who's, well, I don't even know who signs the checks, but somebody at the government signing a check, and when they sign a check, they probably have to put something in a column that says what's it going for, what's it going to do, and if they put it down, $118,000 going to ABC company, reason study of Thanos's glove to
Infinity
see if
Gauntlet.
when he snaps,
What else
the
he
roll
talking about?
$8 million to help illegal immigrants avoid deportation. Since 2008, folks, we have given this institute over $1.1 billion. That's B with $1 billion. What does the Vera Institute do? They help illegal immigrants skirt immigration laws. They find the loopholes. And do you know how much the lawyers are making off of this and these different governmental, either private or public entities that they're giving this money out to? Since 2008, 1.1 billion. They allocate, as I said right now, 168 million going forward. It also says that our government does a bunch of things to animals, folks. So for those of you that are out there on the cruelty to animals, I completely agree with you on this thing here. They spend $3 million in grants to watch steroid-injected hamsters fight
What?
in an attempt to
Bruh.
ascertain which certain drugs can soothe steroid-induced aggression. So here's what happened. They give steroids to mice, hamsters. once they've given them a certain dosage, obviously it there's changes that occur because there's changes that occur personality wise when humans take steroids. So they wanted to study the effects of this. So they wanted to, well, first they inject the hamster or the animal with the steroids. They get a sense of what the activity is happening. Is there aggression? Is there not aggression? What's going on? Are they hyper, not hyper? Are they more relaxed, less relaxed? Whatever they're studying. And then they decide, well, now that we've seen these effects on the animals, let's see what drugs we can do to either calm those symptoms down or heighten those, depending upon what they're trying to study. Guess what? The beagle puppies, oh, those tiny little precious beagle puppies. They actually spent $2.3 million. And what did they do with these beagle puppies, folks? Now you're going to say, oh, Dr. Nasser, come on, that's just not right. Come on, they're not doing this. Folks, read the freaking bill. It spent $2.3 million to inject beagle puppies with cocaine. They injected these puppies with cocaine. They also spent, folks, read the bill. Just go out there and read it. We're not making this stuff up.
So it almost like this is their like testing ground for narcotics and all kinds of weird shit. It's almost like human
Well,
testing or something.
not only does it take this just is talking about all this wasteful spending, pretty much. Not only are they talking about that, but it was some other stuff in there too.
Right, but what I'm saying is it seems like that's what the government is, because it's easy to like listen to this. It's like you're on the outside looking in, so you see these things written up in this way, and you think that they're just in there fucking around and being silly.
Hmm.
But
Right.
I don't see it that way. It almost seems like it's like pre-human trials where they're trying it on animals first, because they did the same thing. They had to do the same thing with like heroin and opium and
I
uh,
definitely heard them doing that with LSD, testing it
yeah,
on human suspects.
MK Ultra. That's what this shit is about. Because
Hmm.
you see, it says the 60s. That's what they're talking about. They're talking
Hmm.
about the 60s going into the 70s, where you had people experimenting with these drugs. And what Candace Owens was talking about was saying that these drugs, especially like the psychotropic ones, started waking people up. And you had all these liberation movements, you had all this rebellion, all of these movements was happening, and they said that they enacted their programs to sort of counteract that, to get people back onto the program and to shut the
Back
fuck
sleep.
up. Yeah, because if
Hmm.
you look, the 70s was a special time in history because everything changed. In the 60s, motherfuckers was in barbershop quartets. They had the perms with the finger waves and all that weird shit. And then you look at the 70s, motherfuckers wearing bell bottoms, and they in the park with their feet touching the grass, and you got John Lennon and the Beatles, and even the Motown group started to be more like earthy and weird. Like, look at what happened to Marvin Gaye. He went from singing with Tammy Terrell as ain't nothing like the real thing, whatever the song was, through the grapevine, all of the love songs. Then the motherfucker got conscious. What's going on? The 70s was a time where everybody started waking up. And this book, it discusses that, like why, and then what did the government do, and what was their involvement in that, and this drug shit, to me, it all connects. It's all related because it seems like they're just trying to figure out like what certain things will do to a living being or some shit. I don't know. I don't, and that's why I'm saying you get somebody like Elon Musk or whoever to start poking around and what are y'all spending this billion on? And why is it 5 billion going into this? And then he stumbled like, oops.
Hmm.
He done found out some shit that wasn't nobody supposed to know. It's like, that's scary. I don't want motherfuckers gonna get killed for something like that. Infinity Gaming said most of them are grants given to universities. Guess who pays for these grants? We do, yeah, of course, absolutely. Universities make billions a year. I don't know. I could be grasping at straws, but I don't know, dude. It's like paying a billionaire's rent for him from the pockets of the poor. Yeah. And this is the type of shit that starts uprises. Because here we are struggling to feed our children. We're eating boxes of cereal for dinner. And these motherfuckers is playing around with billions of dollars to see mice get drunk. That shit is insane, dog.
$1.1 million to watch mice get drunk. I kid you not, folks. $1.1 million to watch mice get drunk.
What else
Now, the
did you
question
say?
is, there is a pretty decently
I'm
benefits
trying
in
to figure out
between.
why you need
Doesn't
1
matter if they're
million.
kids, adults.
Give me
Now, I don't know
$23
about you folks, but
and
it's
I can and I can conduct this little experiment for y'all. Give me 10% of the milli, and I'll get it done, y'all.
I done caught mice before, and I had some Henny in the studio when I did.
Hey, it don't take 1 milli. It don't take 1
Matter of
million.
fact, a mouse probably you could probably take an eyedropper and get a mouse drunk with that.
Exactly. It don't take that. I get this done for a tenth of the cost.
Right, you can get a motherfucking
Hey,
airplane bottle
call
for
me.
that. You stupid.
Call D.
You stupid.
Millionaire Money Minds. Listen, I will conduct these experiments, and y'all are getting 90% off.
Oh man, I swear I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole.
Too late. We in it. We in the shit now.
Well, if Elon going, I mean, we all going too then probably after this little live here.
They already got at me. Y'all next.
They got at you.
They already got at me. Yeah, y'all know how they got at me.
How they get at you? What you mean?
They gave me high blood pressure and fucked up my kidneys. Slowed me down. What they say, they stuck that needle in me.
You vaccinated from birth?
No.
I'm saying.
No.
Yeah, that discussion we had about the origins of sickle cell and all of that, how it comes from the Mediterranean area. That was an interesting thing. I never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to listen to. Go ahead.
No, I was just about to say it's a so-called mutation.
Yeah. I think going forward, first I want to say I think this is dope, just this platform, just to break the fourth wall for a minute. I think this is amazing, the way that this flows, just to allow the audience in onto this little take that I have. I just think this is so fire because this is like an evolution of the podcast. Ojo, how you feel about, because I know when I first brought this up, you said this is cool, but you still would like in person better. Has it changed your mind since we've done like 3 or 4 of these since?
I like it both ways.
The only thing I was talking, I think the only thing about this way is that it's just so much easier.
It's convenient.
Yeah, and it doesn't take all that editing. We just get on here, press a button, go live, and it goes to YouTube right away.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to doing that shit in person, you got to set up
up
the audio, record the video, edit it together. It took me like 3 days to edit those episodes. And I'm not complaining like I don't want to do it, but I'm just saying it's just much more involved.
It's just much more efficient. Efficiency matters too when you're talking about content. Efficiency definitely. That's a big part of it because we were only able to link, in maybe a month 2 times,
maybe 3 or 4, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And we still had to take hours out of our day, leave homes, gather up equipment to get it done. And it's definitely a different vibe up close, and it's definitely a different vibe visually, but efficient wise, when you're talking about putting out content, you always want to do what's more efficient because that's what's going to obviously help you get there, trying to go faster.
I understand wholeheartedly. I mean, it falls. I hate to say it, but it's falling on y'all back because I'm an analog ass nigga. Y'all digital.
All right, Infinity Game. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate
Appreciate you.
I'll be
Yeah.
tapping
Appreciate
in
you,
your
bro.
streams. Yeah, dog,
Yusu,
this is.
Rasul, I don't know if you still there.
I think he is still
Appreciate
here.
both y'all.
I think he hanging out. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, man, I think this shit is dope, man. I think the capabilities too, with us being able to play straight from YouTube or upload a video, or I can even
Yeah.
link my phone to this shit and I can show y'all whatever I want from my phone too.
Yep.
This shit is just amazing, and then the audience can see that. But
Yeah.
like we were talking about before, if we ever wanted to talk about a video clip and we wanted the audience to be able to see it, it would have to be edited in, and that shit is a
Yeah.
pain too. 'Cause
Yeah.
you
I
gotta,
understand.
man, what? But this
I,
shit here is this shit is like going from a brick phone to an iPhone or something to
I
me.
understand. Like I said, it
Going
falls on
from
y'all backs.
like
So
going from a
whatever's
beeper to a
easiest.
cell phone.
What'd you say, Derek?
It's like going from a beeper from a pager to a cell phone.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Because it's like now, the reason I told y'all to get on tonight is because I was just sitting here and I was kind of like, I don't know, I just wanted to be creative. I was kind of feeling a little drained from the day, and I'm like, I got this free time. I was about to get on and do some shit myself because I was setting up. That's why when y'all came in, I was messing around with these logos. Look at the upper right hand corner over Ojo head, that streams logo. I was messing around trying to see how I can get that animated, and I figured it out. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to start doing my streams episodes in here, and I'm about to just start, doing my episodes. And really, we just talked the other day about how I'm going to change the format of that, and I
Yeah.
think I think I figured it out. I think I'm going to take a page out of a few creators that I follow their book. Everybody has a reaction channel. I don't want to necessarily make a reaction channel, but I think it's going to be something like that where I might hop on the internet, scroll around while I'm talking into my camera, and then find something compelling and talk about it, and that'd be the episode.
So you talking about damn near instant reactions.
Exactly. And then this is also so dope because we get live interaction from a viewer.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's basically like having more co-hosts, somebody there to chime
right.
in. Like we said, this is cool because it allows different perspectives in as well. So which was the whole point of having a panel in the first place.
Yeah. The whole, because you want to, it makes the conversation more dynamic because he was just, Infinity Game has just contributed so much information to this
So
topic
much.
that I didn't
Yeah.
even consider myself. So yeah, like
Yep.
this shit, I don't think it's no going back, dog. So whenever, like, we used to get on the game and just fuck around, like I said, this the new frontier, dog.
Yeah.
Whenever y'all niggas feel like it, I want to make this clear too, because I know niggas can get fatigued of anything. So I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to be overbearing with anybody. That's why
We weren't, maybe.
I really just tapped in with y'all because I'm like, I know y'all, I know what type of time y'all on. Y'all just like whatever.
Yeah, it's
But
time to move.
as far as the other people though, I don't want to pull at their coats every day because all these niggas, it's not that they're busy because we busy, but
Yeah.
it's that they're not on the same page in terms
That's
of
it.
like,
Yeah, that's it.
because
It's a vision. It's a vision too. Like it's a vision of ours. We like we talk about all the time how we are the core basically of this whole thing. And it's difficult sometimes to get people on to have that same level of interest and to have that same level of dedication to something that you have a passion for, or you have a desire for, or you just have a hobby, that you feel passionately about. So it's difficult to get multiple people on that same page. However, let me say this to you niggas too. If y'all say y'all gonna be here on the stream, I expect you niggas to be here. And I'm talking to y'all know who I'm talking to. Y'all know who I'm talking. I'm talking directly to y'all, and you will hear from me personally, one of you at least.
Y'all
But
better be standing on business.
there you go.
yeah,
That's the word right there. Cause I don't know. This shit is easy to me because I'm always at home. I'm not a mover and a shaker. If I'm not doing something with my kids, I'm probably in this motherfucker chilling.
yeah,
And a lot of times if I'm not working, I'm trying to find a way to waste time. So I'm like, shit. if I'm not doing nothing and y'all not doing nothing, man, let's get to this money because I don't want to sound too what's the word? Greedy or some shit. I don't know, but I see this leading. This shit works.
That
And
we
if
capitalists. We capitalist. At least I am. I ain't gonna speak for y'all,
we
but I'm
all
a
are.
capitalist.
We all are by choice,
So
without a choice, nigga. We was
yeah.
born as that.
So eventually, I am seeing this lead to the money in some form, in multiple forms and capacities. This is gonna lead to the money. It's just taking the time to build it up, spend that time, which is what we're doing now. Working on different ideas, how to enhance things, how to bring things to life. All of that is a part of the process, but man, it's gonna be glorious. The end product.
Man, that's what I'm saying. If this is engaging enough for Rasu to hang out with us or Infinity Gaming to hang out with us,
All
you
we
better
gotta
fucking
do,
believe if
all we
more
need to do
people,
is find 1,000 more Rasuls. That's it, baby. Or actually 999 more Rasuls. That's all we gotta find.
if it's good enough for them to hang out, nigga, you better believe there's an audience out there. So
Yep, definitely. So we ain't going nowhere.
I'm with it. If you with it, if y'all with it, I'm with it, nigga. Let's get this motherfucking money. Cause that's what it can lead to. You already know.
Oh yeah, I know.
You already
I know.
Soon as that, what's that shit called? AdSense.
AdSense. Yep.
Soon as that shit get to popping, nigga, it's really up. And
It's
don't
really
fuck
up
around
there.
and let it. Don't fuck around and let Haynes or
Oh man.
what's the name of the bevel blade or somebody find. Look, I got a beard, nigga. Come give me a trimmer or something and let me advertise that motherfucker.
Yeah.
We can wrap it though if y'all we got something else to
Yeah,
talk
we can
about or
wrap
not.
it.
We can
You
wrap
can wrap
it.
it. It's a
2.5
pretty good live
hours.
session.
Appreciate
We'll be
y'all,
back
man.
soon.
Absolutely. Where we at?
Be back soon. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Rasul, Infinity Gamer.
The gods are watching.
I love y'all.
Yeah.
The gods are watching. Nieś na